What is up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets. One half of Defend Your Units, and there's the other half, Johnny K Picks. And our special guest tonight, Lou from the desk of Lou Betya, man. How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing?
Fantastic. Unfortunate news for Gomez. He looked like trash. But other than that,
You look better than Gomez. That's for sure.
Yes.
That's for sure.
But all the fighters made weight other than him. Well, he did make weight, actually. But
yeah, under.
Yeah, ceremonial weigh-ins were cool. I watched them as well. Everybody looked pretty good and pumped up, and all the Brazilians are ready to kill someone. So if you have a Brazilian, I mean, you're doing it right.
I got all Brazilians but one. How you doing tonight, Lou? How you feeling, man?
Good. Always good to start the weekend off with a nice win on the Kentucky Oaks. Looking forward to the fights, the Derby, maybe a little morning
weekend.
Soccer. Yeah, man. It's a good time to be alive with all these sports.
Yes, sir.
Canelo fight tomorrow night.
He's going to, dude, come on. These are rigged fights with Canelo. He's not fighting anybody that's going to ever beat him. He's good. What is he, minus 18 million?
I'm sure.
I think only like minus 600 or something with this kid. This kid's a big kid.
It doesn't matter. These are like, they're just such.
How old is Canelo?
Is he 30? Like early 30s?
I know he started boxing young. Like when he fought Floyd, he was only like 20 years old or something crazy.
He's
like
33, dude. So
Okay.
he's like so in his prime right now, too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't really care about that one as much. But I'm sure I'll but it's going to be on during the UFC card, right?
Right,
Yeah, it
right
should
at the
be
end.
right at the end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's a pay-per-view. So yeah, never mind. Yeah, it'll definitely be on that.
No Jake Paul Tyson. That's all I care about.
I don't like it.
I was wrong about that, man. I can't believe they sanctioned it.
I know. I can't, dude.
Gotta love Texas.
Did you guys watch? Because I made a bunch of money on it actually. Vitor Belfort and Evander Holyfield, and like I feel like Holyfield's in better shape as an old man than Tyson, because like Holyfield was like never got out of shape and this and that. I've never seen Holyfield.
Well, he has like 18 kids. He can't afford to.
Exactly. You got to sell that mansion at some point. You got to sell that mansion, man. But
or just take a fight and make 10 million.
He looks so. Dude, 57. You cannot be out there throwing punches.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't care if it's sanctioned or not. You still have to bet the over, and you still have to poke the draw, so they can.
Because they're not allowed to like.
No, they'll fight in December again. It's just for another bag in December, because that's how boxing works, man. It could be 7-1 in favor of Tyson. They'd be like, it's a draw. Like, oh man, we gotta, it's close. We gotta go in another 100 billion in December. Like, let's go. That's how the sport works, man. Come on.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Let's say what's up to everybody that's come out tonight to talk some fights with us, man. We got Alex out here. He said, let's go, Alex, man. Can't wait to hear what picks you got tonight. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Lou Betya, banned from most places in America, but not here, man. Not here.
Not the track.
And not the track. Well,
never.
Not most tracks. He's good at most tracks. I'm sure there's one or two he's out of. Yeah, no, man, I'm glad to have you back on the show. Glad to even have you back on Twitter. I know it's stupid what happened with the old other account, but everybody should follow this new account from the desk of Lou Betya. Not
I was bored waiting for you guys. Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, follow from the desk of Lou Betya. On Twitter. All his links for the MMA Engine and his Twitter accounts are down in the description. So check that out. He puts out great content, and he knows all the sports. Like he's good with horse racing, soccer, all that stuff. Ping pong. I believe Russian ping pong better than Chinese ping pong is what I've seen on Twitter. But
I don't know, man. I did bet a guy named P Pong on Nitrogen Sports like forever ago. It was in my starting scene section at 4 a.m. because that's what you do when you're drunk with your friends. His name was Ping Pong, and he was plus 280. I'm like,
and he's playing ping pong.
I'm like, he's got to probably be okay. Like, I feel like his parents have raised him from birth to play ping pong. But there was no live stream, and I won he won, and I bet like the equivalent of like $3.80 of Bitcoin.
Dang, they don't even stream it.
And I'm like 0.00001. Because
they don't even play. They're just like, we got more money on this side one. It's like
they're just like, this guy won.
Yeah, they're like Vegas vacation. Like, how many fingers?
Pong.
Oh man, but yeah, Houdini, Ryan Jordan here, man, here early. So Johnny and Blood, dopest cats in the game. Let's go, Ryan.
Let's go,
man.
Ryan.
Appreciate you coming out every single show and supporting, dude. It's awesome. Houdini Beats in the house, man. Said, let's go. What's up? Beaver Covington said, "What's up, everyone? I'm boned up and ready to go. That's the only way to be, man.
Hey.
Friday night.
Boned up.
Been boned up. Man. Look at these three good-looking mofos. What up? There will be blood, man. Great compliments. Fresh Gambles, what is up? He said, I need to see Jake Paul slap.
It'll happen.
I just
Soon.
I just don't want to see that turd embarrass Mike Tyson. That's all I want to see. You know. What up, Robert?
Draw's looking good.
And by the way, for Malarkey, no, 33 is not his prime, but
yes.
Fair.
What's up, Mag? So what's good, Blood Money? Tailing your picks this week like usual, but the Brener and Martinez picks got me scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Martinez got this. I've lost. That's my worst flaw, I think, is just not like just betting the old dudes on what they used to be. And they're like, well, I know they've gotten their butts whipped these last 4 times, but
it's got crazy experience. Well,
this time, yeah. And then he fucking gets Tim Meansed in that first fucking round, man. But yeah, no, I like the Brener. That line's disrespectful. And I think Martinez is I mean, I feel like Aldo's coming back for a check, to be honest.
King of Rio.
Yeah.
That's why. It's Rio.
King. Hopefully don't take some leg kicks, some Rio leg kicks. Well, hopefully he does, actually. What up, Shady? Shady is in the building. He said, oh, yeah. He loves him some Lou Betya. Shady likes all the real ones, man. We appreciate you coming out, as always, Shady, and support. And everybody check out Shady, too, on Twitter, man. He has a great account. Always shouting out people and being cool as hell in the community. Real fight picks, and my fiance said I have 45 minutes, so we need to break down these fights quick, especially you, Johnny. You know that ain't gonna happen.
I'm the quickest one here.
What are you drinking tonight? Not no old fashioned.
I got Modelo's. No, it's not Whiskey John this week.
No Whiskey John? Okay.
Maybe next week. Whiskey John did not do well last week.
Yeah. Hey, Alex said we need a new weirdly competent pick. We're definitely gonna. I might have to.
I'll get one.
Are we gonna have to have Blood Money make a new parlay? I mean, she can either keep Erceg in it and add another person, or
maybe
what?
If she's available.
Hey, yeah. This week's wishy washy because she watched the weigh-ins face-offs with me, and when he came out, she goes, "I didn't pick that guy." I go, "You most certainly did."
You most certainly did.
I go in this picture though because I didn't know. I didn't even look at him, so I just assumed Pantoja looks tougher than Erceg, right?
Yeah.
No, Erceg just got his only knockout of his career and screaming, and Pantoja's just chilling. She's seen him in real life. She's like, I didn't pick that guy. That wasn't me. I had to roll the tape back, make a clip. Johnny Newquest in the house, man. What is up, John? We appreciate the donation. Always supporting the channel, sponsored by Johnny Newquest. Everybody check out John Newquest on Twitter too. It's a John Newquest. Just type that in and come up, and he puts out great bets, great information. Another dude that supports everybody in the community all the time, especially here. So we super appreciate you. What is Oralbay weakness? Striking.
Yeah,
I think maybe jujitsu, because we haven't really seen him. You know, a lot of them sambo dudes did. The Russian dudes that came over back in the day that were all just sambo, a lot of them would get tapped out, even in Pride, man, when they would go to the ground, because sambo, you're not really doing the jujitsu stuff. You got some wrestling, some tosses and stuff, but then you get like Khabib and them, they come over, and once they learn him and Islam, once they learn jujitsu, it's over.
His true weakness is the ladies,
the looks.
It's hanging with the ladies seems to be a weakness with this crew.
I would say looks, because he looks like he's 36.
He might be like Master Z Zogalskis and have like 9 wives. You never know. There's just a whole bunch of little Oralbays.
They all have good grappling.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, like in his draw and in his loss, which might not even should have been a loss. He didn't look that great. Like he looked great against Medic, like grappling, but I don't think Medic has much grappling, but he's wrestling. But all the other people he's fought are not good. But that's a great question, though, to be truthful. Fresh said, for any of y'all that have DK Aldo moneyline -145, when you click on the SPG section, you can straight bet Aldo at +120 and then bet Martinez and over 0.5 rounds at +125. I guess some money.
Hold on.
Why is the auto money line -145 though? Because isn't Martinez minus?
I'm doing a little research.
I think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did. My bad. Yeah, dude, I've been up since 3:30 in the morning, and I only got 3 hours of sleep last night. I drank a freaking coffee at like 7:30 at night. I could go back. I could go to sleep till like 1, 12. What?
You are right, sir.
So you basically get
You can
free
get
money
Jonathan Martinez as long as you put something else in it. Like
Do
plus
what?
money.
Just don't end in 2.5 minutes.
You can literally do, Jonathan Martinez and over a half a round plus 125 for Jonathan Martinez. Money line, basically.
But and then he has to win.
Yeah.
And then you just bet Aldo at plus 120 and you're guaranteed some money as long as it goes over half a round.
Yes, sir.
Smart thinking, fresh. Y'all think Aldo on the secret Brazilian supplements? Some of them Ryan Garcias? Maybe. Brener with the black hair. Yeah, I don't like that. I wouldn't switch it up. I think the camp switched it up after Olives.
You could just do it's the same thing. Never mind.
What up? Pepe said, Mug Shorties, enjoyer in the house. What is up, man? Appreciate you coming out. Everybody check out Pepe Silva too on Twitter, Instagram, Twitter, or X.
My guy.
Yeah, dude, he puts out sharp plays all the time, man. He's on a bunch of shows and stuff now too. So
you could do Jonathan Martinez and over 60 seconds.
And it's still plus money?
Plus 120.
There you go.
No shit. What's that?
I might just put that in there right now.
What is
Before
that?
they change that. DraftKings.
Oh, on DraftKings.
You have to do the same game parlay.
Zach, what is up, man? He said, what's up, fellas? What's up, Zach, man? Appreciate you coming out tonight, hanging out with us. Can't wait to hear some of them picks, man. Aldo money line. Yeah. Why are Mother effers sleeping on Ihor Peteria so much? He's at plus 440 right now. Yeah, that's it. The line, there's some crazy lines, man. There's some crazy lines. Yeah, Shady's been up since 4 a.m. I got up at 3:30. I got an hour drive to work, dude. It's not bad though. Just the ride home sucks, but the ride in when you're just waking up, listening to some music, stuff like that's not bad. But it's the union life out there, baby. Yeah. Silky B in the house. Yo. What's up, bros? He said supplement card for certain. Yeah, I think the main event is. Let's see.
Are we gonna do the old Cody way?
What's that? Yeah.
Your what do you call it? Your lineup.
The out of order.
Out of order, yeah.
I don't even know what my stuff is at this point. Too many notebooks, dude. Too many notebooks. Yeah, we would start this show. Unless you guys want to do UFC St. Louis.
I got the pile of notebooks on my left, and then Saturday morning I start throwing away a lot of the scraps, and I'm like, okay, this is for like weeks from now, and like I'm organized Saturday morning, but right now it's like piles of notes. I got like the pile for soccer, I got the pile for horses, got the pile for UFC,
tickets galore everywhere.
Tickets cash, baby, tickets and cash.
Oh shit.
But yeah, appreciate everybody coming out. Shady, Dirowitz, what is up? Hate going against Baby Blood, but Pantoja. That's how I feel. I'm with you. Let's go. Good luck tomorrow, boys. Good luck. Appreciate you coming out. Jaden. First fight is in the men's flyweight division. Alessandro Costa versus Kevin Borjas. And Johnny K, I'll let you start this one off.
Yeah, this is going to be a good fight. I'm going to go with Costa here. I just like he's a little bit more well-rounded. He's going to have the better grappling. He's come from a grappling background first, and he developed better striking, better boxing with the camp. I forgot what it was with who's her name? Alessa Grasso. What's that camp name? Lobo. And then Diego Lopez is there as well. Yeah, so that's a very good camp. He's learned some really good boxing there. I mean, all the UFC fights that he's been in, I thought he looked good, even though he lost a couple of them. But yeah, he's got good striking as well. But Borjas, like, he's a boxer, basically. He's durable, decent cardio, good volume. He gets hit a lot, but he's, like I said, he's tough. He's Peruvian, so, you know, he has a chin. All of them have a chin. So I do think this fight goes to decision, but I'm going to go with Costa because I do think he's going to be able to get some wrestling going, get some grappling going. For a bet, the money line for Costa is looking pretty good, but I also like for a sneaky bet you can do like Costa by sub. I think he does have a chance to get sub. I think it's like plus 600 or more at the moment, but or overs too if you just want to be safe, because I don't think anyone's gonna be finishing anybody here, unless it's gonna be Costa, maybe by, like I said, submission.
Yeah, I agree with that. Lou, how you see this one now?
I think it's tricky. So the money's come in on Boros. Like if you liked him earlier in the week, he lost a little bit of value. He's even money right now. I think it's really tough for me to cap Costa accurately because, the one guy he lost to when Albazi was on super short notice. Albazi's a really good striker. And then the other guy he lost to is fighting for the title on this card. So like, and that was a good fight. Like he had a lot of moments in that fight too. So those are good. They're solid losses. They're forgivable losses. And then his win, I can't really cap either because he beat Jimmy Flick. So I don't really know what to make of Costa, at least on the UFC level at this point. And on the Borjas side, looked all right against Van for a little bit. I know it was a loss, but showed some moments against a guy who they're really trying to build up in this division. So I like what I saw there. In terms of a way to play this, I think it's super. It seems like it's binary. If Costa can get takedowns going, he probably can sap Borjas's cardio. I do think the late sub's in play. But for me, I just think Borjas hits super hard. I think he hits harder than Albazi. I don't think he's nowhere near as technical. But I do think he hits harder. Borjas round one, round two KO on FanDuel is plus 370. I just think that's a little wide for what I think is what Borjas is drawing to win here. I don't know how he wins a decision because I think if he's hitting Costa enough, he's going to get him out of there. And I think, even if he hurts him, Costa could shoot. I don't know if Borjas is going to be able to defend a bunch of takedowns there, but if he does keep getting up, and Costa may gas himself out too, just trying to get him down. So I think the plus 370 is worth the poke. But in terms of a money line side, we're at the point now where this money line it's just such a 50-50 fight. I don't think you're really getting value now.
Yeah. I agree. I actually really like Costa in this spot because Costa's got really good striking. You see him against Jimmy Flick. He's got powerful leg kicks. Was able to hurt him with leg kicks. He's got powerful counter striking with both hands. You've seen him hurt Steve Erceg in the second round. Had him hurt, took the second round off Steve Erceg. And then, the third round was super close too. His first fight with Albazi was tough. That's a tough debut on short notice to make right there. But it still didn't look bad, and it was stopping all the takedowns and all that. Borjas, he's got good striking, good boxing, a good long 1-2 with some pop, but I don't like his takedown defense. Like on the Contender Series against Diaz, he was taken down and controlled a ton in that fight. It's just that dude fought him on like 4 days' notice and ended up gassing out. I think Costa has an excellent gas tank. He showed that in his fight with Erceg because that was a good back and forth battle with a lot of grappling and different stuff. So I think that Costa has the striking to stand with Borjas, even just in the striking. Like the guy on the Contender Series that was a real tall, long dude. I think he was from like Argentina, maybe from Mexico, but he looked just like Brandon Moreno, and he fought like him, like he was long and lanky striker. Costa struck with him all 3 rounds and won that fight. He didn't even take him down at all in that fight. So I think he can strike with Boros, counter him. It's actually perfect for his style because Costa's a counter striker, and Boros is going to be throwing punches. And then I think Costa has all the grappling upside, So if it's a pick 'em, pretty much, I bet Costa at minus 130. Because like I said, I think the striking is pretty even. He could even hurt Borjas, and then he can land the takedowns and get some control time and stuff like that if he needs to steal rounds. So give me Costa at home, Brazilian, close fight, should go to the Brazilian, and just way more well-rounded. Let's see. Steve Gregory said, I know who Stipe and Tom Petty is, but who's the dude in the upper right? That's Shannon Ross or David Blaine. Couple different ones you got out here.
Shannon Ross. Oh, man.
My boy Scotty Lawson in the
got a better chin, though.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe. That's true. Never been tested. So it has to be better, right?
Maybe. Come out with that Cody Garbrandt. Scott Lawson said, checking in. Remember, no Malarkey slander will be tolerated on this show. I think Lou's got a little bit coming. He's got a little bit
coming.
Appreciate you hanging out with us every show, Scott, man. Appreciate that. All the support. But Jaden, I really like Costa here too. That's what I love to hear. Costa was a great parlay piece with a good value to risk ratio, in my opinion. Now he's dead money line. Yeah. He went up there for a little bit. It started went up like minus 170. Malarkey is Malarkey. Those are the facts. Malarkey is the house host going. Yeah, he's gonna go sleep. He's gonna go night. Next fight is in the women's flyweight division. Dione Barbosa versus Nesta Caracate.
Caracate.
I
don't know if that's right, but
yeah.
Sounds better though.
Caracrachi. Lou, how you see this going down?
Well, you know, what could go wrong betting a over minus 200 on a women's MMA fight, right? What could possibly go wrong with that?
Mind you, both of them are making their UFC debuts.
Yeah, this is another tricky one too, because Barbosa, man, like, I think this whole, like, she's just a grappling whiz this angle is a little overrated. I don't know that she is. I did give away that I thought her KO prop was crazy wide. I know she doesn't have any, but if she does get a lot of top time or crucifix or just mount, she's going to have chances. It's 22-1. I just think that's kind of silly for what's a pretty low level fight.
Mm-hmm.
The karate side. See, Johnny screwed me up now. Now I'm like, that's all I'm like hearing.
Karate.
Like the Carly Judice fight was interesting because Carly Judice is like, shouldn't even been on the Contender Series. She's like super early in her career, just super raw, like just a striker. And that was a great fight as a fan. Like, I'm taking nothing away from either one of them in that fight. But that should have been a fight where, like, again, Judice shouldn't have probably even been competitive in that. So, but that was, you know, look, that was almost a year ago. If she's young, like, levels are going to be taken. If she can defend takedowns, I think she's the better striker. She's certainly going to be throwing the volume, and she's certainly showing that she has cardio. So my preference would be to live bet her after one. I'm going to pick her to win. Pick her to win by decision, but I would live bet her after one and get a way better price, because I think that all the optics for Barbosa in round one would be going for takedowns. If she gets one and just gets on top, she's going to win the round easily, and then you get a way better price. You probably get close to plus 400 at that point.
Yep. I definitely agree with that. Yanni, how do you see it going down?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Barbosa, but I'm just gonna stay away. I mean, it's grappler versus striker. And, you know, I do think Barbosa's striking isn't all that bad, but I just think the difference on the ground is gonna be like night and day. And if Barbosa gets that takedown, I think she can probably stay on top for basically the rest of the round, or until she gets a finish. But Ernesta is very tall. I'm sure she's going to be a little bit tough to get down, but Barbosa has some guns, and she's going to be strong. So I think she'll be okay. So, but it just depends on what happens in this fight. Is there going to be takedowns? Then Barbosa's the play. If not, then Ernesta's probably going to be the play with her volume, and just she could take the punches, and it might end up being a fun fight. Maybe not as fun as Ernesta's last fight, but like I said, I'm just going to go with Barbosa. Nothing really crazy that sticks out to me. Maybe the under, or even Barbosa inside the distance, something like that. But I'm just going to stay away from betting in this one.
Yeah, I agree with everything you guys said. I like Barbosa here, though. I just think that she's more skilled. Like, Barbosa is going to be able to strike. She won't put up the volume, but she does have good movement, good speed, and she's got pretty good striking. But she's got a judo black belt. She's phenomenal at judo, and then she's got a jiu-jitsu black belt. And I think that's what's going to be the difference in this fight. I've seen a lot of Barbosa's fights where she'll grapple very heavy, you know, just come out and go for the takedowns right away, and she can control girls the whole time, or almost the whole round, if she doesn't get a submission. And the biggest thing you need to know is she has a win over Carini Silva, which I guarantee Ernesta would never, ever in her life beat Carini Silva. So definitely taking Barbosa. I think she's able to land the takedowns, get control time, and possibly a submission, because Ernesta was a swimmer and then a kickboxer, and I just don't know how much time in her short life, she's very young to be, she had to get the grappling going. So give me Barbosa. I'm going to say decision. She's got a lot of decisions on her record, but maybe she gets it done. MMA Jesus Dev is in the house. He said, what's up, man? Wish I could get on a show. Yeah, we're just doing these the pay-per-view shows now until there's like some more big shows and stuff, but we'll get you on a show for sure, man. Appreciate you coming out, and everybody check out MMA Jesus 420, man, on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. James, what is up, man? He said, what's up, guys? Cheers from Jim and Amy. Cheers, Jim, man. Appreciate you guys coming out, hanging out with us, man. Been hanging out for years now. I knew Kyle would probably paint his face, but he looked like the movie Mask when they bet. Yeah, he did. He does with the big chin and all that, dude. That's hilarious. What's up, Justin? Too appreciate you coming out, James. Johnny, we thought Olives got robbed. Was a close fight. Yeah, we like Barbosa, Cody. Okay, I like her too. I think she gets it done here. I think
I've disagreed with you guys on both fights so far, but I don't have strong feelings either way on these first two. So
right, yeah,
you can have these two.
You can give them ones up, huh? Well, what about this one? Men's lightweight, Mauricio Ruffy versus Jamie Malarkey.
Did we miss the Bonfim fight?
No, my stuff's just probably out of order because when I write them down, I'll do them like, almost a week and a half to 2 weeks before.
I got you. So
they nice tapology. I always be smart. I try to write in the worst ones at first that I think is going to get pushed to the back. Sometimes.
Well, I know what you're on for this fight. On this one.
Okay, so, that's good news. That's real good news for me.
But I gotta say, I don't love why I'm on it. So I'm on the Huffy side here. I think KO's Malarkey. I'm sorry to the guy in chat that said there will be no Malarkey slander here. The problem is you go back at Malarkey's, like, what's Malarkey's best win in like ever? Is it Prado, where he like just kind of vet lessoned him and laid on him and did nothing for the second 2 rounds? Like, if they ran that back again, Prado probably murders him, right?
Yeah.
And then his other 2 wins are Michael Johnson. I didn't think he won that fight. And John McDessie, and I didn't think he won that fight either.
It was Kama Worthy. First round knockout in 45 seconds.
He beat Devonta Smith too.
The iron chin, Kama Worthy. So I don't really know. And like the fact that he's 29 is like going on. If he's 29, man, like so am I. Because I mean, I don't know, man. He just feels so much older, but like Hakbarast KO is such a bad look. The Naimov KO, I mean, look, maybe Naimov's a little better than we thought, but he's still not like running through people. Like he's kind of okay, well-rounded. And Malarkey just has no defense and he exploited it. I mean, losing to Jalen Turner is fine. Like, I don't have a problem with that. Like that's not a like horrible loss. I'm just trying to think, like, is Malarkey's chin just compromised or is his defense so bad that it doesn't matter? Because Hakbarast is not a guy, if he's going to knock you out, it's going to be volume. It's going to be an attritional KO. It's not a one-punch KO. So that was a horrible look. And now usually, and now it's less than 6 months removed. I never like to see that guy coming back off a KO less than 6 months removed. The only issue I have with the Huffy side is that he kind of is pretty low volume. Now, in his case, it might not matter because he's only going to need to land 1 shot and this fight's probably over. So I like him. You're not getting like a ton of crazy value, but I'm on FanDuel again. I feel like I saw this at plus 140 the way last time I looked, his round 1, round 2 KO. I could be wrong. I can't imagine this fight gets past that point. Plus 130. Huffy round 1, round 2 KO. He's not attempting submissions here. No. He's not grappling here. And if this thing hits the 3rd round, it probably means Malarkey got some takedowns and just held him down. So I feel like Huffy inside the first 2 rounds for a KO is probably pretty safe. And you're getting plus odds for it. So, and Malarkey, I mean, he's never going to get cut. I feel like he's just going to be like a lifer because they know he's like kind of exciting.
They keep building people up, getting some KOs off.
He's going to be a great gatekeeper, and like that's fine. But you can go to Eternal after a couple more fights and be like a hero over there in Australia. But, I don't know. I just think they're really building Huffy up here, and this is. I know it's a square pick, but it feels pretty obvious.
It feels right.
It does. It really. If this one feels like all right.
How do you see it going down, Yanni?
Yeah, the same thing. I'm on Ruffy all day here. This is one of my more confident picks. I don't have any faith in Malarkey. I never really did, but I definitely don't, especially after Hakbarast first round knockout in 1 minute 44 seconds. If that's happening to you, there's something's up. And Ruffy, he's got power, and he's a welterweight. He's dropping down. He looked good on the scales. He looked good in ceremonials. He's probably going to be taller, even though on ceremonial weigh-ins they kind of look similar, but he was still even a little bit taller. I like his style. we'll see what I think he does win this fight by knockout, usually probably first or second round. But we'll see what happens in the next fight for him. I do think he's pretty good, but he might get, I don't want to say fraud checked or anything, but he might, come to level off a little bit. So we'll see what happens. But give me Ruffy by knockout. It's Malarkey, guys. Sorry, Scotty, but
yeah, more than like I max bet Ruffy at minus 165. I put 5 units to win 3 units on him, and more than just fading Malarkey is like I actually think this kid's good. I mean, he's like 30, so he's not really a kid, but I actually think this dude's good. Like the dude he beat on the Contender Series, that Russian dude is Islam's boy. He's trained with him forever. That dude was coming off a win over Impa Kasagane. Like that Russian dude was the truth. And like Ruffy, I mean, the first round was very, very close. It seemed like, I mean, maybe that Russian dude won, but it was super close. The second round was close, but you could see Ruffy was hitting him with them leg kicks. And like I said, the Russian dude was good. Ruffy stopped his takedowns, hitting him with power leg kicks till the dude had to basically just take a bad shot at the end of the third round because his leg was getting chewed up and he was getting beat up. And then Ruffy finished him on the ground, which was pretty sick. So showed great takedown defense, showed great cardio. Like Lou said, he's low output, but he's a great counter striker, and Malarkey likes to get down to it, and he's going to throw a 3-punch combo, and he's going to get sent to Gaethje land in the middle of that thing at some point. Even the fights that he didn't get knocked out in, like he got hurt bad, like Michael Johnson hurt him bad. Brad Riddell hurt him a couple times in that fight. Like that was the big thing with him, is that he was like a junkyard dog, and he'd come back from a beating, but now he can't even take many shots. He's got knocked out in his last 3 losses. Ruffy's knocked out all 9 of his wins, I think. And Ruffy's freaking huge, dude. The win in the Contender Series at 170 comes down to 155. Says Malarkey's like 6 foot or 6'1" or something. He took his shoes off and was like at least an inch bigger than Malarkey. And Malarkey had shoes on. And then Ruffy's just a thick, big dude, man. Pretty high on him for his whole career in the UFC. We'll see some stuff. But yes, I love Ruffy here. John says debut faves are 9 and 5 this year. Okay. All right. We got Any Action Effie in the house too. Any Action Sportscast. Check him out because he puts out good bets, man. He really knows his hockey. Really
He's a
knows
nut.
his hockey. Yeah.
I love that. He's a nut.
Yep. And then you got Zach too, Zach Milliken MMA. Check him out on Instagram. And he puts out excellent bets all the time too. I'm always checking him out. I like that Ruffy Brito. I like that. Mess with it. Let's see. Next fight, and I'm even trying to put these in order. Next fight is Ishmael Bonfim versus Vink Pachella. I'll start this one off. I want Vince Pachella to win. I just like him more. He's just an old timer though, man. He's 41. He's a junkyard dog. It's not really great anywhere, but he's pretty good everywhere. Even if he gets taken down, he's got good jiu-jitsu for sweeps, good get-up game. He makes guys work and then takes over on them. But like in his last fight with Mark Batson, you seen kind of that went away in the third round where he got taken down and kind of held down for the last 4 minutes. And it seemed like he got a little bit tired. And that was the first time I've seen him do that in a fight other than when like Gregor Gillespie's just holding his ass down. But Gregor's a beast, dude. That's a sad story that he didn't keep fighting. But yeah, man, he, like I said, good everywhere, not great anywhere, but 41 years old, hasn't fought in like a year and a half now. Was only fought a couple times in his whole career, basically, in the UFC. I don't know. He's been in the UFC like 12 years. He's got like 7 or 8 fights. So Bonfim, dude, phenomenal boxing, has some pro boxing experience. Okay, takedown defense. Like, actually, it's pretty decent unless he's fighting Benoit Saint Denis, who's just freaking gigantic at that weight. But like on the Contender Series, he fought that Russian that was like 28-4, and he kept trying to clinch him, take him down. Cardio checked out, boxing checked out. You seen against Terrence McKinney, man, he's explosive. He's got excellent flying knees. Can hurt you anywhere in a good cardio. So I got to say that he avoids the takedowns from Pachella. He's going to be so much faster in this fight, like so much faster that I think he's just going to land the bigger shots. I don't know if he puts Pachella out, but give me Bonfim. Johnny, how you see it going down?
I'm also going to go with Bonfim, younger guy. I'm not picking 40-year-olds that haven't fought in over a year. And yeah, he's durable. Pachella's durable. He's known for his durability. He's like good everywhere. He's always going to be in the fight, but I just don't think this is the fight for him. Like Bonfim's probably going to win. Bonfim can get some wrestling going. Not to say that he will, but he's more so a striker. And it could be a fun fight. I like the overs in this fight too. Again, if you don't want to pick a side, because it's hard to pick Bonfim at minus 675 or whatever it's at now. Because like I said, Pachella is durable and he'll stay in there. And I can see this fight going over 2.5, or maybe even fight goes to decision. So I'm staying away from betting this one, though. I don't really see anything that pops out other than maybe the overs. But I mean, even that price is just like, do I want to risk it? Maybe Bonfim gets like a flying knee and Vince isn't looking and gets him out of there in the first round. Who knows? So give me, I'll say Bonfim by decision, though.
What? My bad. Okay. All right. Lou, how do you see it going down?
Everything Johnny just said, man. It's everything I feel. I think that Pachella can make it ugly. I wonder if Pachella himself will initiate grappling here. There's been fights where he's super proactive. I don't think the problem is I think Bonfim should have a cardio advantage. And more importantly, I don't think he's going to be able to hold Bonfim down for long. I think Pachella's best shot here is kind of get him against the cage, make it super ugly, dirty boxing. But I mean, I want him to win. I'm not betting this either. I'm with Johnny, though, in that I favor the overs. I think Pachella's pretty tough, can hang in there. I mean, look, I think I went to high school with him. Like, I'm pretty sure him and I graduated, or I was a senior when he was like a freshman. But it's hard for me not to root for him.
Yeah.
But I have a rule where I can't bet guys that are on Twitter like the day before the fights, talking shit to other people on Twitter. It's like, dude, just why are you on the computer, man? Just you got a lot more important stuff to worry about. Like Cody Brener should do this all the time. Like DMing me, and I'm like, isn't your fight next? What are you doing, dude? Like, dude. I bet on you, man. What are you doing? Like, I have a bet on you. You get off the phone. What are you doing? And he's like, oh, sorry, man. I'm like, don't apologize to me. Like, what are you doing? Apologize to Mark Montoya. Like, what are you doing? And I feel like Pachella's just happy to be like, I'm beefing with everybody right now on Twitter. I mean, like, there's a fun one going on right now. But yeah, he's just, look, man, he's going to be outclassed here, unfortunately. I'm going to root for Pachella. But if you have to bet, I'd rather bet the overs. I'd rather bet over 1.5, like somebody said in chat, at minus 250 than minus 600 on Bonfim.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely.
I would definitely agree on that. The lines, there's some crazy lines. But I do want Vince Pachella to win. I didn't put Bonfim in, play him in anything, so I do want Pachella to win. But
I mean, like, what would a Pachella decision even look like? Like, it would have to be like the clearest cut. Like,
it's like
gets him down and just keeps him down for 5 minutes, like 2 out of 3 rounds. Like,
first round kind of gets beat up a little bit
anymore.
First round kind of gets beat up a little bit, but lands some leg kicks. Starts putting some pressure on Bonfim and starts backing him up because Vince is a little bigger, and then maybe holds him against the cage, gets some knees, maybe gets a takedown or two, and just like the striking's even in the third. But I'm just saying this is the only way I could actually see.
It would have to be like the superest, clearest cut round.
Bonfim would have to fold a little bit too in this scenario.
Yeah, and gets dropped maybe.
Well,
it would have to be like the Jarno, or not the Jarno, the what's the guy that fought the other Bonfim?
Nicholas Dalby.
Like, it would have to be that kind of like Dalby just kind of neutral, like letting him unload early. I know it wasn't a decision, but Dalby just completely taking what he had, then neutralizing him against the cage and like making it ugly. I don't know if he wilted like that, but.
Dude, we got everybody in the building. MMA Propaholic. Shout out MMA Propaholic, man. Everybody check out his channel. He puts out excellent content. He puts hard work in. What's that one? What's the one dude's name? Just suck a dick, baby, or something like that. Isn't there like somebody with that name?
Like that.
Talking crap to MMA Prop. Don't listen to him.
Prop's got one big problem right now, though.
What's that?
Let's have some variety. Are your beers, dude? Like,
I seen the IPA. I seen
either buy a case.
He had 5 of them.
Either buy a case or get some variety, man. Like,
I bought a case of these. You're gonna see these for a while.
You got a case, man. Nothing wrong with buying a case of beer, but if you're gonna buy like 18 tall boys of the same thing, they're gonna look at you like
from the gas station.
They're gonna be like,
full price, baby.
Case, right?
Might as well just get you 3-4 Locos. I guarantee Props drank some 4 Locos in his day.
Oh my God, dude, he's gonna be dead by 30. He'd have a heart attack. Keep drinking.
Chronic Combat Conversations. Our dudes, what's up? He said, defend your unit around Lou Betya is more like it. Yeah, man. Well, so far, the first couple fights he was going against us, but
Well, but I don't have action on those fights.
Yep, I can't wait to just beat Johnny in some fights, man. So.
We're actually on the same page as cards, so
yeah. Brazilian card. Fresh Gamble said Vince round 3. That'd
He already corrected it in the chat.
Okay, Lou's put in Vince in lockers and taking his lunch money to buy dime sacks after school. What? He had a mustache back then too. Sorry, Bonfim round 3. I'm smoking crack. It's Friday.
You guys are like Wheezy, man. You're like Ron Burgundy. You never read ahead.
Oh yeah, no.
You're easy to sneak attack.
Yep. Lou and Vince were smoking cigs behind the playground. Yep. You better believe it. If Pereira beats Shogun, then he can destroy Michelle, right? That's the math, MMA math. I mean, Shogun, look at all the people he beat. You know what I mean?
He's like 175 years old.
I don't even think they need to fight the fight. You can just do MMA math since he's beat Shogun and Michelle hasn't beat anybody
at this point.
Michelle is going to destroy.
Shogun beat a lot. Yeah, Vince should start a podcast like all the other shite fighters who can't get a proper media work. Yeah, I like Vince. But yeah, he should. I would listen to them guys. He's a wild man.
We'll invite him on the show.
Smash the like button. They got no cases. He says they got no cases.
I'm sure.
Did you go to like 7-Eleven or something?
Sure
like, where did you go?
I'll guarantee you a distributor has cases or can get you cases of it. Like, no problem.
Heck yeah. We got 211 people here right now. Smash the like button if you can. We got 154 on Twitter, X 57 on that, man. On YouTube, smash the like button. It's free. It's right there. It's ugly. Just hit it.
I feel like more people are watching on Twitter because it's easier to find.
Yeah.
It's right there. If you're following us, you just see it, you click it, boom, it's there.
Yeah. Algorithm sucks. Love the show, guys. Thanks, Mike, man. Appreciate you coming out. Hanging out with us on a Friday, man. And once you start drinking tall boys, you can't drink regular
That's
cans.
fact. Every time I have little cans, I just drink those like done. I'm like, what the hell?
See, time to turn the ship around this week. This is the week for it. Pay-per-view 301, baby. Hit, take, Pereira's better striking. That's we're about to get there, Oliver. That's
crazy talk. It's crazy talk.
Yes.
Oliver, I don't even want to say what I want to say.
I work for a beer distributor. A ton of stores have them, but he was definitely at a gas station, and most only carry tall boys of voodoo stuff. He spent $39.
Well, beers.
Let me tell you something. You buy beer at a convenience store, you're paying the convenience fee.
Let's go, Moneyliner. That's what we appreciate. He said, I found it on Twitter and moved over here to YouTube, and I bet he hit the like button because Moneyliner's awesome like that. He's the man like that. And we appreciate him. So everybody check out Moneyliner on YouTube and Twitter and X. Puts out good stuff. Eeyore's getting TikTok KO. So that's terrible. This might be a little out of order, but it is what
Probably
it is. This was the first one because I forgot to write it in somehow. I don't know. I skipped this one. Man, Elvis Brener versus Mighty Quebec Oralbay gives oral device. Whatever. Lou, I'll let you start this one.
So this is the real fun fight. Like
Yes,
now, so let's get this out of the way before the breakdown. From a betting perspective, it certainly feels like it has to be dog or pass at the number. Oralbay is good, man. Like, he's got good grappling. He's defensively sound on the feet. He hits like a brick. His cardio seems to check out. Like, he's really well-rounded. But, man, every week there's one fight where, like, I could cap it and I could tell you why one guy is going to win but I can't make the click. Last week it was Span. I'm like, he has all these advantages and yet going to lose. But this one I don't think is that. I think it's just Brener, like, he's getting confidence. He's getting better. People are saying he didn't look great today. He's fine, man. Like, dude, a lot of guys fill out fine in the next 24 hours. Like, it's not like Gomez. But I still think Brener, and this is another one. I think Brener is another guy. You bet him after one. In the third round, you know he's going to be there. You know he's going to fight for your money. I had an argument with somebody on the Twitter machine this week where they said that, like, Oralbay is a huge step down from Guram. And I said, oh, I completely disagree with that because I think Guram was overrated, but also Guram wasn't active. Like, he wasn't fighting often. So, like, you get a guy who's pretty much just going to strike with you that hasn't been in the cage in 2 years over a guy that is grinding his way up the regionals, is really well-rounded. No, I don't think. I think this is a harder matchup for Elvis, absolutely. But I just know that this guy's going to be there in the third, and I feel like if you're talking about a fight where you're going to get razor-thin margins in terms of damage, look, neither guy's been finished ever. Like, I think this ends up being a war that goes 15 minutes. I would never want to bet fight goes here because then, like, you can't really enjoy it. Like, then you're rooting for nobody to die, and I don't want to root for that. But I got to think that, like, the super optics, especially late, are going to go to Brener. I think the crowd might swing this one 29-28 Brener, maybe by split decision. But I think you have to bet him at the number. If anything, I'm going to look this up while you guys go. But the 3.5 on Brener,
minus 105.
Is that what it is?
On DraftKings, I'm looking at it.
Oh,
like I'm literally like this close pulling trigger.
That to me is 1,000,000% the play because I feel like he's going to win round 3 at a pretty high clip. And I don't think he gets finished. So I like the plus 3.5 a lot better than I would even like the money line here.
It's still minus 105. Yeah.
Okay, Johnny, well, how do you see it going down?
Yeah,
I like that breakdown. That was an excellent breakdown.
I am also on the Brener side here. He's just like he's gonna be there for all 3 rounds, like Lou said. He's the bigger dog in this fight. We've seen it in most of his fights. He's got power in his hands. He's maybe not the most technical, but he's gonna keep pushing forward. He's from shoot the box. Those guys just keep going forward. They don't care if they get hit or not. Yeah, he can get taken down, but he's an amazing grappler. He's got very good submissions. He's not Medic. Like there's a difference. And Oralbay was able to dominate Medic on the ground. He ain't going to be able to dominate Brener. Brener's going to be trying to get back up. He's trying to go for submissions. It's not going to just going to be a walk in the park like last fight for Oralbay. But Oralbay is good. Like he's got, he's solid everywhere. Like Lou said, he's good wrestler, good, probably solid grappling. Really saw more wrestling with Medic. His striking is good too, and he's durable, and his cardio is probably pretty good too. So I like the overs in this fight too, but I think Brener can win one of those rounds for that plus 3.5 spread bet, and that's minus 105. And I like the money line plus 210 as well. I think those are the plays if you want to bet this fight. I'm not saying people who bet Oralbay money line put him in a parlay. That's still a good bet. But I just think there's a little bit more value on the Brener side, and he's going to be there. He's not going to get submitted for sure. And both guys have never been knocked out. So if there is going to be a finish, I actually like to be Brener in the 3rd round, probably by knockout. We've seen it happen before in the Guram thing. Maybe this fight starts at a crazy pace. And we've seen Brener at a crazy pace for 2 rounds. And guess who won that fight? Brener. So I'll take my chances at a plus 200 dog that I think will be a closer to a 50-50 fight. And I'll say Brener by knockout, probably 3rd round, but wouldn't be shocked if it's a decision, close decision. We'll see who wins it. I think this is going to be a great fight, though. 100%. Might be fight of the night, actually.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It might be fight of the night. Yeah, I'm with you guys on the same thing where I think Oralbay is like good, but I don't know if we could call him like a savage yet. Like even Guram, at least we've seen him beat Gamrot. Like we seen that he's beaten high level people. I know Oralbay beat Medic, but like Medic said he was like in his post fight thing, he said he was training for a Muay Thai guy or whatever. I forget who he was supposed to fight.
Forgot to, yeah.
They canceled out and then he fought him. He's like, I didn't wrestle at all during my camp. So I mean, not to say that would have helped anyways, because he got out wrestled pretty good, but I don't know. Oralbay, I've seen him wrestle another dude that I think his name is TJ Brighton or TJ Fuller or something like that. And that's the one that went to decision. He just kept taking him down, but really didn't just control him and submit him like he did to Medic. Seen him knock out some other lower level guys that were like, 18 and 14 on the regional scene and stuff like that. But Brener is a beast, dude. He's only 26 years old. He's shown good takedown defense against Tuhugov. He's got good offensive and defensive wrestling. He stopped like 4 of Tuhugov's takedowns, was able to beat him on super short notice in a close fight, but super short notice, you know what I mean? And Tuhugov's tough too. That dude's good. Then fights Guram, loses the first round in a close first round, and then he gets hurt right at the end of the round, comes back, gets cut open, all that stuff, comes back in the second round. I thought won the second round. I had a bet on Guram. I'm getting all nervous. Come out in the 3rd round. I'm like, well, he's going to get this round. Comes out and dude, Brener's just in his face and literally kind of melts him. You know what I mean? Because like Guram's hitting him with big shots too. He's eating them and taking them, but he's just still there giving them back, putting a pace on him, then hits him with the big body shot and puts him down. And the best thing that I like is if Oralbay is taking him down a whole bunch, Brener has got 11 submissions with 7 arm bars. Like he's not like Medic where he's just going to lean up against the cage and just stay there and get all of his energy drained from him because he's just holding Oralbay's body up. Like Brenner's going to be on the ground scrambling, doing different submissions and stuff. And he's got good offensive wrestling himself. He was stopping a lot of Guram's takedowns and he took Guram down. Like usually guys that are having really good offensive wrestling like that, where you're able to take Guram down, stop a lot of his stuff. You're not just going to get manhandled by almost any wrestler unless it's like a Khabib or something. I'm just not that sold on Oralbay yet to be minus 250 over Brener. I mean, we've seen this play out how many times with Brener? He's like plus 475 against Hugov, plus 475 against freaking Guram. Like, is Oralbay, do we think he's that much better than Guram? Like, Guram's good, man. That dude's well-rounded. He can
that would be a good fight too.
Wrestle. He can strike like a mofo. I mean, before Brener did that to him, you know, he was a minus 600 to Brener. So we thought a hell of a lot of him. So, yeah, I mean, if Oralbay and Guram fought, he would be minus 250 to Guram. I just can't see that. I don't see that. And I don't know. But I'm going to take Brener. I got him at plus 195, dude. And I think that's a good line. I think he's a live dog. He's a junkyard dog. He's going to fight for my money, and he's well-rounded. And he can win this fight on the ground with submissions or standing up with a knockout. So I like him. I just think the line should be way, way closer, man. So we'll see.
I do have a prop I like here for you, for all my my people out there.
What's up? Yes, free. What's the prop? What you got?
Look, I want to see what Brener split decision is here. Brener split decision plus 1400. Let's go, dude.
Brener by split is plus 1400 because he could get a knockdown, a big crazy 10-8 round. So anything could happen, man.
That's some value, I think, on the split.
Yeah.
I don't mind the KO prop for Brener too. It's plus 1400.
He says. Jaden said Gomez could have cut more. He could have made 135 if he wanted to. You know, they just throw him in the sauna some more. I think he got cooked. I think he went into a sauna for too long, had it too high, and got his brain cooked. Like, why else would you lose an extra 6 pounds? It doesn't fucking make sense. Like, you know what I mean? It's like his 20-something pro fight or something like that. So I'm pretty sure he knows how to cut weight. Something happened. Realistically, if he dominates Brener, he might be minus 400. Yeah, you know. But if Brener realistically ends up getting the win here, he's minus 400 to the next person he fights because we're just like, how you gonna beat him? Dude dogs you everywhere. Oralbay is big man, really big. Yeah. Brener came through at plus 470 underdog odds in back-to-back fights. I love that for him. Then he's showing the knockout skills too in the Kanan fight in the next one. Brener looked bigger than Oralbay. He did, thicker, a little thicker. I don't know what your boy Charles Oliveira was doing to him in that fucking weight cutting bag.
He's giving him his energy.
What was he giving him?
That's always a good thing.
Is that what the kids call it these days?
Or he's giving him aura.
Oral energy. No, that was weird.
Listen,
I mean, still, you know what I mean. Brener still got them things.
I can't speak for my guy Aldo.
I said aura. Aura is what I said. AURA. Aura.
Mike KT Beck and Rebecca is the future at lightweight. That's going to be a good fight. Oralbay takedowns are good, but controls loose. Yeah, 7 takedowns in 6 minutes on what's his nuts on Medic before he gassed out. Guess who ain't going to gas out? Brener, junkyard dog.
Medic can't defend takedowns or really do much on it.
Yeah,
he's not throwing up subs like Brenner's.
Oralbay.
Yeah, it's two different people. 100%.
Pepe's got Oralbay. Okay, maybe Guram isn't really that good. I don't know. I mean, beat Gamrot, so I mean, it's like
Gamrot's one of those fighters that you're just like he looks amazing, and then
so therefore, basically, Guram's beat Charles Oliveira.
If you're going MMA math, yeah.
If you do the math, he beat Charles Oliveira.
Guram's problem is just his inactivity.
Yeah,
and if you do the math with Oralbay beating Medic, then he's beat Tim Means and fucking Omar Morales. Semmelsberg. Medic is a no belt and exactly. He's a kickboxer, you know. And Brenner's a jiu-jitsu guy. Like that's what he started with. You know what I mean? Like I said, 11 submissions, 7 arm bars. Oralbay better watch that arm, or he's gonna be having to club seals with the other arm. That's for sure. That the number's worth a shot on Brener. You only feel bad. Yeah, if he just gets Tim Means in the first round, which I don't think that happens every single time. That was just a sick uppercut, dude. Got him. But yeah, Oralbay's it's debatable, because it's like we haven't seen Oralbay do anything yet, really. Brener too. Yeah. Great hanging with you. I'm gonna watch the LFA with some friends. Good luck this weekend. Good luck, Zach, man. We appreciate you hanging out, dude, and interacting so much and stuff, man. Like I said, shout out everybody. Check out Zach Milliken MMA on Instagram, putting out great bets all the time. Brener barely, yeah. Duty B was good. Tuhugov's good. Tuhugov's like 16-4 at the time and had fought. That's probably like his 8th UFC fight, and he's Khabib's boy.
Brener also had the optics of damage in that.
And it was short notice too. That was like
because he busted him up in the second round.
Yeah, had him bleeding. Yeah. How do you guys feel about Brener video? I don't like it. But I mean, I'm sure Oralbay's weight cut wasn't any easier.
If he looked like Gomez on the scales, then I'd be worried.
Hey, Faber might have been in there giving the old alpha male, you know what I mean? In his sweatsuit thing too. So you never know. Goes in. Just a couple dudes hanging out cutting weight. That's all that was.
Exactly.
A couple dudes cutting weight.
You didn't know what's going on. Nobody knew what's going on.
Who had the video out? They're all like, who the fuck videoed that shit?
One of their boys.
Yeah. All right. We'll get to this next fight, man. We're gonna be here. Next fight is going to be man. Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Lasman Lucindo and Lou. I can't wait to hear your breakdown on this. I know you guys.
Well, you're gonna get zero breakdown because this is a total pass for me. I don't bet women's MMA fights of lines like this.
Right, that's a crazy one.
Lucindo by decision. Although because I want to add something to the broadcast. My partner in crime, Mr. Monk Maddox, and a lot of the DFS guys that he does work with are all playing Karolina in their lineups today as a punt play just to save a lot of money. So if you do play DFS, maybe that's a way to save money to get some of these higher salary people. But I mean, this just seems like a setup fight. I know Kowalkiewicz has won 4 in a row, but like she's facing people that are ready to retire and like Belbita, who is just awful. So I think Lucindo should probably be all right here. 30-27, clear striking based decision. Keep it on the feet. No bet for me. Do not parlay this fight ever. Johnny, do not parlay this fight, Johnny.
Johnny goes, I got Lasman Lucindo anchoring 4 parlays.
Not 4.
Yeah, we got her on the ladder challenge.
We do.
Yanni, how you see it going down? I like her.
I got to go with Lucindo here. I think she's very good. I know she's super young, though, but she's got very good striking. She's got power in her hands for a straw weight. She's got the grappling and the wrestling. And I mean, other than the experience here, I just think she's better everywhere. And I'm not saying Kowalkiewicz is bad, but she's just not amazing anywhere. But I just think Lucindo can outstrike her. I think she can land the harder shots. I think she can get the wrestling going, too, with the grappling if need be. And I think she wins 30-27 or maybe even like late sub or even ground and pound knockout, something like that. So anything can go here, which, the money lines, if you're looking at the money lines, this one's really not that bad if you think about it, because I do think she has a clear path to victory, whether it's going to be by decision, sub, or knockout. She can get all 3. So we'll see what happens. I mean, she's young. She's 22 years old, but I think all of the talent is there and I think she can get it done by either way necessary.
Carolina ain't landed 13, throwing her landing 13.6 strikes a minute in this fight, by the way. Just letting you know. I saw that stat. That ain't happening in this fight.
No,
I'd be curious to know how many are ground strikes and how many aren't in that number.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of her stats are like where she's landed a lot of strikes have come as ground and pound.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Lucindo beats the shit out of Karolina here, to be honest. I think that she's a mean, tough girl, dude. I think that she's well-rounded. I think she's going to be better than Karolina everywhere, even the striking, man. She throws heat. She's going to hit way harder. I think she's going to have the better wrestling, and she's going to have the better jiu-jitsu. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Karolina's getting submitted by Jessica Panay, where this girl's submitting Polyana Viana. There's a difference. And really, she beat Polyana's ass in 2 submissions, just beating her down. This girl's good. I think this girl's like a title contender coming up. She's like a little Jessica Andrade before. She's been fighting since she's got 5 losses. One of them was the Howard-Gee, but like before that, like she started fighting when she's like 14 years old. And she looks just like a tough ass girl, dude. And she's big too. Some big old arms. She's gonna beat up Karolina, man. Karolina's on a 4-fight win streak over she had to have the biggest step downs in competition in the history of step downs in competition to get these wins. Diana Belbita and Vanessa Demopoulos, Silva, Gomez, Juarez, people like that. So I got Lucindo. I think she gets it done here. The quality set of top bullocks, man. I like that, Steve. I like that. This the crew. Is there an update on the baby blood? That's what I'm going to do. You guys, I think I got to add one to it. I'm going to have to do another one. I'm going to have to add to it. MMA money, MMA line mover. Everybody check out MMA line mover too. YouTube right here is what he's on. I'm pretty sure. But on X, man, check him out. MMA line mover, the Jewish better, man. The dude's got tons of great bets and just all different good content. Look at this dude, Patty from Addicted to Combat. He said, very sad about Gene Silva's fight. I was most looking forward to seeing him on this card. Yeah, with the walkout, doing the walkout. Dude, he even gets on the scale slow. I like Gene Silva. I think he was going to get the win even without any shenanigans in the weigh-in. So
Brady had a funny comment about him on his breakdown this week.
What he said?
Like, if I was the judges, I would favor the barking.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, shout out MMA line mover, man. I like all the content he puts out, dude, for sure. Yeah, so I'm on Lucindo. Lose, stay away, like you said, man. I get it. I didn't parlay her in nothing, but I do. Well, we got her in the ladder challenge. But yeah, I think she gets done. Well, there was the Gene Silva fight, Gomez. Men's featherweight, Joe Anderson, Brito versus Jack Shore. I believe Lou started off the last one. Johnny, I'll let you start this one off, bro, even though you just got back. Joe Anderson, Brito, and Jack Shore.
Is that me?
Yeah, you can start this one off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Brito here. He's just the more dangerous guy. I think he can. He's gonna have the clear advantage on the feet now. If this fight does get to the mat, it'll be closer because Shore does have good wrestling, good grappling as well. I would say Brito is more dangerous with the submissions, but on the feet, it's night and day. I think Brito is going to have the power advantage, and I think he can land the knockout. And I'm going to make it quick and easy because I like Brito here a lot. I think he's one of my more confident picks too. And if you looked at the ceremonial weigh-ins too, I mean, you could tell a physique difference. And Shore is a little soft. Going to throw that out there, but I think Shore is better at 135, and I don't know why he doesn't want to cut. I think he can make it, but at 145, I just don't like Shore as much, to be honest. And Brito's a madman, so I'll take the more dangerous guy all day. I think he gets the knockout.
Okay, Lou, how you see it going down? Or short and sweet, Yanni?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like it's such a square play to take Brito in the distance here. Look, there's a concern that Brito can be held down. So Algio got him down a bunch. Pierce was holding him down. So you do have to kind of worry about Shore maybe getting a lot of top time here. But the problem is, man, I don't care about the Amir Khani win because, man, all you got to do is stand around for 2 minutes and you're going to beat Mr. Finland. And I love Mr. Finland, man. No hatred there, but man, the guy's got 2-3 minutes cardio. But I can't get the one that Shore lost is what I can't get past, unfortunately. And that's not that he lost to Ricky Simone, but that he got totally pieced up on the feet by Ricky Simone. And I just wonder, like, at 145, Johnny, you brought this up, like, does Shore really have the power to keep Brito down? Does he have I feel like as this fight goes on, if Shore's hanging around in the third round, he's probably going to have a cardio edge.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I just don't think this fight's making the third round. I think, and Brito right now is another guy like Brener, where they seem to want to have him on a very upward trajectory. He's exciting, like not just in Brazil, but like fans love watching this guy. Like I love Bill Algeo. That's another one. Like if you ran that fight back, Algeo might die. Like you'd worry there. So I just feel like Brito, and he probably gets him out. This could be round one. I just really do not trust the chin. Algeo is a dog though, man. Like Algeo's cardio is crazy. I don't need to talk about Algeo's last fight. Very disappointed for all of us in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Very disappointed.
I was as well in Indiana.
The refs should be ashamed though.
I just wonder at 145 with Shore if he really has the strength to initiate like that heavy grappling game that he was doing at 135. And I don't think he's going to be strong enough to hold. I think he can get Brito down, but I don't think he can hold him down. And I don't trust his chin.
He was in some very bad situations and positions with Americani too, the first round. Like,
but everybody is for 2 minutes.
I know
that's how you fight him.
But Brito's gonna be like different though. Like, he's not gonna be the guy going for the takedowns. Like, he's gonna be like, I want to stay on the feet and bang. If you want to go to the ground, cool. I'm cool with that too. Like, one of those things.
Well, that's what Brito needs to do. See, like, against, for some reason, like, it was weird. If you go watch him fight with Bill Algeo, like, when he's striking, he's hitting Bill with some good shots, but he's like panic wrestling. And that's why he like literally shot like 10 takedowns in the first round and just like thought he was going to take Bill Algeo down and choke him out. And I bet Brito in that fight. And as soon as he started doing that, like in my breakdown, I even said, as long as he doesn't come out and just like, because we've seen Bill Algeo like wear people out that way. You know what I mean? So I'm like, as long as Brito doesn't do that, it's exactly what he did. The thing that makes me think though that he can beat Jack Shore here is because even though he slowed down, in the second and third round, like, but Algeo's a huge 145. First off, he's like 6 foot and he's a big 145er. But as soon as, even though he slowed down in the second and third, like, he would still come out and start landing big shots on Bill Algeo again. But then he would shoot in for the takedown, and then Algeo was reversing it and stuff. But he never like fully gassed and was just done. Like, he still kept fighting and stuff. So. And Shore, dude, he's just like you guys said, man. The dude has love handles at 145. Like, if you're gonna like go up there, and I know you got to go up because it's a bigger weight cut, whatever. Like, work out, like, freaking put on some muscle mass. Like, I get it. Sometimes you don't. Like, I like the Diaz's. They didn't work out. But they also wasn't really winning titles and shit. It was just really, really tough. But like, you know, you want to be in shape and like be as strong as you can be in there. You know what I mean? While not slowing yourself down because you got too much muscle or something. But like, dude. Fucking work out, build yourself into the 145-pound frame. He's got love handles. What are we doing? Well,
that's the thing. He fought Americani over a year ago, and he looks exactly the same or worse.
It's because he doesn't work out. He's just working out and fighting, which I get that, and staying in shape. He probably runs and stuff like that. But like, dude, do a little weight training, man. Get strong. Get strong.
I don't think he's gonna have like any strength advantage.
You think Brito is? You think he is?
Yeah,
you think he's at his maximum strength? Yeah, that motherfucker.
Did you see him? He's like cut.
So
there's no fat on that.
But it's like, I mean, but like Shore's a good fighter though. I'm not talking shit because he does have good striking. He does he has got good takedown defense. Like Ricky Simone couldn't take him down. He literally went back to his corner after the first round, was like, I don't know what to do. Like, he's like, I can't get him down. What should I do? Blah blah blah. Second round, he landed a takedown, got like 30 seconds of control time. Jack Shore got back up and then he cracked Jack Shore with a big ass shot. But like, it wasn't red. Like, Jack Shore was minus like 200 when he got knocked out in that fight. So live betting anyway. So yeah, man, I like Brito here though. He's a giant, big 145er. He's so dangerous everywhere, and I think that he just catches Jack Shore. But if he does come out and just tries to take Jack Shore down and wears himself out and gets beat, that's the way it's going to happen. Because like, Jack Shore has really good jiu-jitsu. He's got good scrambles. Like, he's not just going to get choked out. Like, so he's just got to watch that. But I like Brito. I'm high on Brito here.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't try to wrestle him, especially early.
Yeah, Shore 17-1 for a reason, for sure. He hasn't fought the best competition, but he's still
bantamweights.
He's good. He's well rounded. Them Welsh dudes are tough, man. Brett Johns, Mason Jones, all them dudes are pretty tough. Shore takes his own darts to the pub. He says Brito's way too physical for this dude. I think so too. I think he hurts him and gets him out of there. Brito did have that Algeo yell. That's when he kind of slightly guessed, but Algeo does that to people. It's just so long. JSP is, but if fucking Brito came out and fought Algeo and just struck and didn't even worry about trying to wrestle him, I think he could beat him easily for the 3 rounds. You know what I mean? And just land them way bigger shots. But,
and JSP's much bigger than Brito, like 4 inches bigger.
I was shocked how much bigger he was than Onama too. Like, he's a huge 145.
He's deceptively big.
And you know what? Like, I got more respect for that fucker because I didn't think he had a chin. I thought people that could keep him standing would be able to just finish him like Joe Lozon did. And dude, but that last like 20 seconds he threw down in the cage and he took some big shots there. Like, JSP's tough as shit. Onama is just he's like, both them dudes are like top 10 quality guys for sure. And JSP is going to beat the shit out of a lot.
And it was a close fight from what I've heard.
Yeah. JSP is he's going to continue to beat the shit out of a lot of people.
I It wasn't. Onama was clear 29-28, I thought.
And yeah, me too. But Onama, I mean, coming in 3.5 pounds fucking overweight, that doesn't help. Like JSP,
that move.
He's fucking genius. These nobody talks about it, but these it's just like Ryan Garcia. Like these grapplers got to stop taking them matches, man. When these people come in, they're like, hey,
I wouldn't. That's a good point. I'm like, nope. And then you see, like, why aren't you going to do it? Like, well, because I'm a grappler and he's weighing 5 pounds heavier than me.
He literally knows that he's going to need the cardio, the strength, all that. Yeah.
If Onama wasn't trying to counter wrestle him in the second round, he probably wins all 3 rounds.
Yeah, he should. I had a bet on Onama.
He was going for like crazy moves in the second round.
And then he would get reversed, but then he would reverse him. But yeah, I'm like, stop fucking wrestling him, dude. Stop. What are you doing? I can't stand when that stuff happens. Yeah. Exactly. He's probably talking about something I said, I'm sure. I appreciate that, Armando.
Definitely not something I said.
I wasn't even around, probably.
I hope the officiating is good at the Louisville card. Me too. I hope it ain't none of that fucking Atlantic City. Wasn't that Atlantic City where it was just
it was awful.
Crap. They're like, poke him in the eyes, kick him in the
We were this close to going to.
That would have been terrible.
I would have been so pissed. I'm like, this is a waste of money.
Can we trust the Welsh anyways? I grew up with a kid with the last name.
There were a lot of yam bag shots in AC though. So
dude,
you know, there's
eye pokes, everything.
Eye pokes, yeah.
If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, right. Some people pay extra for it, Lou.
Yeah.
Considering betting Reyes, as crazy as it sounds, I think he can beat Bum Jacoby. Which fight is that? Oh, Dominic Reyes getting into. Is that what we're talking about?
Oh yeah, it's Reyes versus Jacoby in Louisville. I think probably co-main.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Jacoby getting a co-main is hilarious,
bro. Yeah. I was all worried we weren't gonna get our tickets, and I was gonna have to buy them crazy. I'm still not. I'm worried, but
I think we'll be fine. Probably like a week or two before.
Yeah, they said they're get them straight through the UFC, baby. Let's see. Next fight, men's lightweight, Joaquim Silva, Drakkar Close. I'm gonna start this one off. This is gonna be a good fight. Like the lines where it should be. I mean, I see Drakkar Close maybe like -150, but Silva's good everywhere. He's pretty dangerous. He's got some nice knees out of the southpaw stance, good boxing. It's called Neto BJJ, but he's more of a Muay Thai guy. But his coach is Neto BJJ or whatever. It's where he trains. So, but he's got pretty good power. But he can be taken down at times. You've seen Arman Saruki, and he had trouble taking him down, though. Like, he wasn't able to really fully get him down to that third round. But in other fights, he's been reckless. You're getting knocked out by Ricky Glenn and stuff like that. But Drakkar Close has good striking. He comes from a wrestling background. He's got good wrestling. He'll chain wrestle, try 3-4 takedowns at one time until he can get you down. And he's got excellent cardio and toughness, man. He's a pretty physical guy, too. I'm taking Drakkar Close here. I think that he's able to land the bigger shots and maybe just get a little bit of grappling going, some cage control and stuff, enough to win rounds. But I think this fight's going to be close. I don't see a finish. And if you bet on Drakkar, you're going to be sweating it out a little bit. I think it's going to be a really close fight. How do you see it going down, Lou?
So I thought I was going to have a bet on Close pre-tape.
Okay.
This line, and I was pretty sure I was going to get to Close. And then the more I went over it, I went from I'm betting Close to I'm not betting this, to leaning to bet Silva here. And the big reason for me is it's two things. I don't know that I trust Close to throw a lot of volume in a close fight. And the other thing is again, in the third round, like, look, I know Clay Guida's whatever he is at this point in his career in terms of
59.
I get it. But he still fights a certain style of fight that really makes you tired, that gasses you out. You have to be well conditioned. And I was just really impressed because Silva lost the second round against him, and he's like kind of gutted it out, like fought through his cardio and out-willed Guida in the third round and looked really good doing it. I get it. Guida's older, but he's still like a very special kind of style where if you get tired, Guida, even at this age, is going to take over and beat you in a fight. I think his striking's good. I think his grappling's decent enough to keep this on the feet. Yeah, that's close to close.
It's Pun City out here, but the chat's on tonight.
It just feels like it feels like another fight of super close margins, and I want the guy who I think is going to throw more volume and have better optics, and that's going to be Silva. So no bet at the moment, but it's going to be that or paths for me. I'm probably going to get there at this point, but I'm with you. I think it should be about 151. Close should be the favorite. I wouldn't, but again, like you look at Close's some of these fights, and it's like, okay, like, you know, when I try to cap these, it's like, all right, what can I throw out? You know what I mean? And like the Brandon Jenkins, like that fight, like I can toss that fight from like
For sure.
my consideration. The Selecki fight, I don't really rate Selecki that high. I think his style is kind of, I hate to say it, it's like a little outdated now for what like MMA has become. But the Rafa Garcia fight is probably at least a relatively comparable fight to how this can go, like a dog fight. And even in that fight, man, he just didn't throw a lot. Garcia threw a really low amount of volume for him. It was strange.
If the ref didn't stand him up at the one point when like Rafa's in like half guard, dude, like passing, and the ref's like, because I had a bet on Jakar. I'm like, dude, if he wouldn't have stood him up, like Rafa would have won that round and possibly won that fight.
Yeah, but he just looked like he wasn't throwing a lot. And part of that is Close's ability to like stay at distance. Like I get to not stay close, I guess. I just feel like that. I feel like Silva's going to crash the pocket and make it a little more of a firefight than Close is comfortable with. And I think he'll have the optics. And like, again, I just would rather have the guy land in the big moments here. And I really don't see any takedowns in this fight. I'd be shocked if we really saw a lot of grappling here.
Okay. Johnny?
Well, before I do my breakdown, I'm going to do over under 4.5 times I say Close. Yeah, this is going to be a close fight, guys. I mean, I had to start that off like that. But I do favor Close's striking ever so slightly. I do think Silva will hit harder, but I think Close has the more technique on the feet. I don't think there is going to be any grappling. Maybe somebody will shoot a takedown, but it won't be successful. But I like the overs in this fight, over 2.5. If you don't want to pick a side, another one, I know it's boring to do, but I don't see a finish from either guy. Both guys are pretty durable. I mean, they've both been knocked out or finished in their careers, but I just don't think this is going to be the fight. They're both, 35, 36. And yeah, this is, I really just don't have a great read on this fight. I thought I was, like Lou said, I thought I was going to like Close a lot more than I did. And then I looked into it. I'm like, like this is dog or pass. Like, what's the 3.5 spread for Silva? Like, I don't even know. It's minus 120. That's a solid bet right there.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Minus 120 for Silva. Win one round. I do think this fight goes to decision. I think that's great. So there you go. There's two good bets there. And I'm going to stay away though, but I like the overs. That's it.
Yeah. That's I was close to the overs in my top 10 of Patreon people I've plays. I wanted to get to it, but like the thing is sometimes Jakar Close, well, a lot of times he'll come out, man. He just starts getting busy with the punches. He did it with Dariush. It got him hurt. Well, actually, Dariush took his back, and then for like the whole first round, and then as soon as they got loose in the second round, but he did it against Brandon Jenkins. Just a lot of people, man. And he could possibly get caught in the middle of that, or Silva could get caught too. We've seen Silva get knocked out a couple times. So, but yeah, I'm with you guys. I'm with you guys.
I do have one more bet on this fight.
Okay. What's that?
Well, if you're watching any of my content, you're gonna know what it is. You got Southpaw versus Orthodox.
Mm-hmm.
You got a fight that's probably gonna go to
Yam Bag.
This is your Yam Bag special.
This is your Yam Bag right here, maybe. Yeah.
There's another Yam Bag spot coming up here, though.
What about this one right here?
Get your own gimmick, Johnny K. Picks. You get your own gimmick.
Do your own thing, Johnny. That's what I do. This is.
Well, I heard Southpaw versus Orthodox. I'm like, there's one coming up.
Yeah, but the other one that's like that is probably not going to last long enough for it to hit.
Michel Pereira versus.
I thought about that too. I'm like, I mean, it's got because that checks one of the boxes. It has Igor Peteria in it.
Well, he kept getting fouled last fight. He kept getting poked in the eyes and kicked in the balls by that Erceg or whatever.
Yeah, well,
but that's the next fight. So, who started the last one with you guys? Or did I?
I think I started last one.
Okay, Yanni K, you start this one. Brother.
What is it, Pereira?
Michel.
Give me Michel.
Michel Pereira.
Pretty confident in Michel. He's looking great at 185. He's got the speed, and he's just dangerous. Like just 170, like he was killing himself. So he had like 1.5 rounds of cardio, and then he just kind of tails off a bit. But now we haven't seen him past like a minute in his fights. But yeah, he's just a well-rounded guy. Very unorthodox striking. Obviously, he can showboat a little bit, but he does have solid striking, solid wrestling, solid grappling he can use. And he's got good footwork. It's going to be a bigger cage. It's always going to help him out too. And Pantoja, I mean, he's solid. He looked decent in his last fight going down to middleweight. He was overweight then, but now he's not. But he's a huge middleweight, and that might help him out in a lot of these fights. But Pereira is going to have the speed advantage clearly, and I think that's what the key is here. And I do think he can get a knockout here, or maybe get a club and sub, kind of like he did against Olazechuk too. So I don't think this fight goes over into the third round, let's say, just to be safe. The under 1.5, I was kind of debating, but I do think a finish will happen. I don't think they'll see a round 3 in this fight, and I'm just gonna go with Pereira to get the knockout though.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you guys. I'm with you on that. We haven't heard lose yet, but man, it's just like Potier has some power, and he's kind of dangerous. Michel Pereira is dangerous too. It's just tough because it looks like Pereira's just been finishing these dudes so quick at middleweight, but then he wasn't finishing anybody at welterweight. So I don't know, man. Yeah. Maybe he just does have the extra power up here. So maybe he can finish Potier. But if you watch Potier too against Nicolau, man, he took a lot of damage there and didn't go out. He ended up going out later in the second, but he was taking Nicolau was flying kneeing him to the face on the thing. He still wasn't going down. It still ended up being almost a standing TKO. But I'm taking Pereira. It's like you said, Johnny. It's a good breakdown with the speed. The speed should kill here. And Michel's thick. He's a big dude at 185. So give me Pereira, and I think he gets it done by KO. Ihor taking another short notice fight at 185, but this time he's fighting something good. Lou, how you see it going down, bro?
I don't know how much more I can really add here. I actually wanted to look at the submission prop for Pereira because I feel like if Ihor shoots, because he seems like he's fine, at least trying to wrestle, he would just get caught immediately, but it's only plus 300. So for me, it's not even worth really getting there. I just want to talk about if Ihor wins this fight. This is what I want the UFC to do. Let's forget about the rest of the card. Okay. I want a camera on him. I just want to watch him trying to escape Brazil. That's all I want. I just want to watch his efforts to get the hell out of Brazil.
Good luck.
So now look, do I think the line is wide here? It is for one big reason. And it's not even that I think Ihor is that great. I'm going through Pereira's career and I'm like, has he faced any southpaws? And he lost to one. Now the one he lost to was Diego Sanchez. So I'm not going to stop. Nice. I'm not going to say he lost him because he was southpaw. But it just seems like it's a look he doesn't see very often. And if Ihor does one thing well, he's got a big left hand.
Yeah.
If Pereira doesn't see it, he could absolutely get sparked here. So that's why I think this line is a little bit wide. Skill for skill, it's not. But the fact that Ihor is always going to have that big left against a guy who really doesn't fight a lot of southpaws, that at least is something to consider here. But, I mean, I would be really shocked if Pereira didn't win in rounds 1 or round 2 here. He could work the body. A lot of these guys Potier has faced, they're never working his body. Olberg's headhunting, Nicolau, they're all headhunting him. Brychek was just headhunting him. Yep. Pereira's going to be the first guy that's going to just hit him in the legs, hit him in the body. He's going to hit him in all 3 zones here. And I hit him everywhere. I really do. And I think it's going to, and I seriously would not be surprised if Ihor shot a horribly ill-advised takedown here and just immediately got choked out. It wouldn't shock me if he did that, if he got hurt and he shot.
Yeah.
He did it. He was smart to shoot against Brychek, man, a guy that didn't have any wrestling. He's like, fuck it. I got to and Brychek really didn't have an answer for it. His offensive wrestling isn't horrible. His defensive wrestling is terrible.
He's a big dude at 185.
If Pereira gets on top of him, he's done.
Yeah, I was going to say that Brychek guy was way smaller than him too.
He was only there as a favor to champion Joanna there. He was only in the UFC as a favor. I doubt I shouldn't say I doubt he's going to get another fight. I'm sure he will, just because he does have some power.
He did have Bellato. Dude, I had to bet on Bellato, and I just rewatched that, and I'm so shocked that referee didn't stop that because, he got dropped. His big ass got dropped, but then, he was, laying there, and, every punch Ihor was coming down with, his head he would just, go stiff. I'm like, oh, my God, dude.
And that's another fight where Bellato just didn't see the left. That's what you have. Exactly. That's what you have to worry about here. But that's what you have to worry about here on the Pereira side is he just doesn't see a lot of southpaw looks. So, I mean, even in the tape, like guys don't even really switch stances against him. Like they just fight him conventional, and he seems comfortable there. I just think, but Pereira's just, it's like, I feel like it's weird. People capping it like, well, he lost to Tristan Conley and he was doing backflips. It's like, yeah, but dude,
bunch of different.
It was very obvious he wasn't taking his career seriously back then either. Like he just wanted to be a showman. Like,
in that fight.
He's 1,000,000%, and he's 30 years old, man. Athletically speaking, like, dude, I'm saying he's getting into his prime. Like his nutrition's better. He's taking his career seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's improving, and he's not doing the goofy stuff to sap his cardio. So, I mean, I like what I see, but this is a different stylistic fight where literally his cardio is not going to matter in the result. Because I think Ihor is going to, he's got to just watch the left, but it's hard to go away from Pereira's complete skill set here against Ihor. But
yeah,
but part of me is like, I kind of want Ihor to win just for like the absurd meme shit that's going to happen. Like, and look, we live in a world where Bogdan by Godgin Guskov won last week. Dude, we could be living in the era where like every week we get one of these ridiculous jobbers that just shocks the world, and you're like, oh my god, like UFC 400 is going to be like Bogdan versus like Bo Nichols' kid.
Bogdan versus,
you know what I mean? Like
Bogdan versus Ihor. Ihor goes back up.
Like I love when these like ridiculous fighters kind of get a little bit of heat, go on a streak. You're like, maybe he wasn't. I think Ihor is better than people give him credit for, but I still think he has a ceiling right now. Like and that's like guys that can't see a left hand coming.
Erceg, other debuting guys that's never beat anybody. Sure. What about this one? Men's light heavyweight, Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. How you see this one, Lou?
Couch and I were talking about this, and like, man, the one thing I hate the most in my life is agreeing with Couch Warrior. So like, I make a conscious decision not to do it. I was like, man, I really just want to take Anthony Smith here. And he's like, I like Smith by decision. And I'm like, if he's going to win, that's probably how he's going to win. And then like, I saw Clint bet it, and I'm like, now I definitely can't bet this. Like, what are these guys doing to me? Like, they're killing me. Like, Clinton Couch, and these, by the way, they're my friends. Like, but I don't want to. I don't like when we're all aligned. I'm like, oh, it's bad for me.
It's gonna happen.
I just don't like Petrino, man. I don't think he's very good. I don't think he throws a lot of strikes. I don't think he hits as hard as he looks. I mean, like, man, it looked like he was crushing Turkali, and now it just turns out Turkali sucks and has no chin. Prachniow was piecing him up. Prachniow isn't a high volume guy. He's not a powerhouse to the point where he's like, I got to grapple. Now, the one thing I've always said about Petrino, and I was really impressed in the Prachniow fight with this, it's very obvious that he's focusing on his grappling. What I like is when he was getting on top of Prachniow and getting in dominant positions, he's listening to his coaches. They're like, do this, do that, like the progression. He's teachable, and and I like that because it means the guy's grappling is going to get better. And Anthony Smith is not a guy who defends takedowns, like, ever. And we know about Anthony. Like, he's not just going to learn how to defend takedowns at this point in his career. Like, you want to take him down, he's going to be there. He's going to throw some stuff up, but I just think he'll be overmatched physically by Petrino. I think this is weirdly going to go to decision. And I'm not like, this is not like the last fight where like I'm kind of rooting for Ihor because it'd be funny. I'm not really rooting for Anthony Smith. Like, he's kind of a weird dude. Like, it's kind of like there's something like,
off.
A couple of light bulbs are out in the chandelier here with this.
You hurt my family.
Khalil Rountree,
like,
put a
that was
couple of
weird.
them out for sure.
Very weird.
I just like, the thing is at least with the Pedro fight with Petrino, and I had the over there, by the way. That was like my favorite bet I ever made for a boring bet. That was like I'm like, oh, nice, 8 strikes thrown in the first round. Like,
love it.
But the thing is he had to respect Pedro coming back at him with like some serious power and the ability that Pedro could have counter grappled him. I don't really think he's going to be worried about Smith throwing a lot back at him. So he may be a lot more aggressive than the Pedro fight. He may just come out a little more fired up. And he'll know he can get a takedown if he really wants here. So, like, I'm picking Petrino. I know it's not a hot take. I'm picking the fucking but like,
Tipping him? You tipping Petrino this week?
I kind of think I kind of think Smith can at least hang in there for like till at least the third. But like, I mean, like I see what Bunny's saying. Like Smith is 1,000,000% like this is one of those fights. Smith is completely a better mixed martial artist than Petrino. Like it's not even
for
close.
Sure.
It's not even
the
close
experience.
skill-wise.
The experience is crazy.
Strength of schedule, skills, all that's not even close. It's that Smith is just, what
he's
kind of
65 years old in the UFC.
Yeah, like what diminishing returns are we getting with him? And then like on top of that Roundtree fight, man. I mean, not only was it a bad look, but
chicken dancing.
But it was 5 months ago. Like
he got
a lot of damage. A lot of damage in that fight. If Petrino grapples, it's not like he's going to insta-sub Smith. He's just going to eat minutes and win the fight. I guess the ground and pound's live, but like then you got to trust Petrino to really throw a lot of volume on the ground. And I'm just not sure he's that kind of fighter. Even against Turkali, he was happy to he landed some shots, but he was happy really just to secure position. And I think Smith is going to be like, great. Like, I'm happy to not die on bottom right now. So I think Petrino, I like the overs. Man, I cannot wait to fade this dude, though. Like, I just don't think he's that good. And like, people love the guy. And I'm like, he's all right. But like, when Prachnio's out striking you, that's a bad look, man. That's a really bad look.
Yeah, he had
the last guy that he outstruck.
Down.
The last guy that Prachnio outstruck was William Knight, and now he's like in a
Devin
quarry
Clark.
somewhere or wherever
Clark.
he is. Oh, and
he's right next to William.
I mean, look at this name of these luminaries you're listing of guys that have outstruck him. Like he's outstruck Devin Clark, dude. Everybody in the world, remember everybody in the world had a Devin Clark bet, except for like a few of us.
Everybody that knows Devin Clark's not on. Like you're.
I'm like, how you betting Devin Clark at minus 250 against anybody in the world?
I've seen him get whooped too many times.
I mean, and his dad wasn't even in his corner. You knew his dad was right
50%.
Well,
if his dad's there, he has to perform. It doesn't matter if he wants to. He can get
that's +5 stats to everything.
He's a 9-1, right? He's a
mythical
he's a
fighter.
Level 21 paladin.
Devin Clark with his dad there is a mythical
According
fighter.
to Johnny, he's
final boss.
Upgrades across the board. Yeah, he's minus 900 with his dad. Get him.
Kick his fucking ass, Devin, or I'm gonna kick your fucking get him a body back. All right, Yanni, how you see it going down?
Yeah, I'm on the same page with you, Lou, but I think Petrino gets the knockout. Anthony Smith has been knocked out 10 times in his career. He just got knocked out 5 months ago. And
we're doing MMA math.
Yeah, against
MMA math now, just because you guys got
MMAmath.com. That's all you need. He's 35 years old, like I said, but man, he's got the miles, man. There's a lot of miles on this guy. And 5 months ago, he got knocked out by Khalil Roundtree. And I want to say, I'm not going to say, I know a lot of people are like, whoa, Khalil Roundtree has better striking. Yeah, he does. But the power, I think it's the same. I think if Petrino lands, it's going to knock him out. Like, he just has to land. Khalil has the way more technical striking than Petrino. But Petrino has the power too, and I think this fight stays on the feet. And I'm sure Anthony Smith would love this fight to get on the mat so he can just stay on his back and survive. But if it's on the feet, he's going to get knocked out, and I do think it's going to happen eventually. It might take to the third round. I will say that. So the over 1.5, I think it's a good parlay piece, but it could happen in the first round too. You got to be a little bit worried. So I think Petrino is going to pick his spot and get it. He's going to get it eventually at one point.
Yeah, dude, this is to me like Petrino's could be the biggest apple pie crapper. Like as far as the giant ones, I mean, because Oralbay is going to, but he's just like a big favorite. He's not one of these giant ones because he's shit in the bed. He's gonna diarrhea that mofo. You're gonna have to burn it.
Excuse me, is this a PG rated program, sir?
It is. We got 391 mofos in this place right now.
Let's
so
go.
Appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out tonight with us. The reason is because all the stuff that Lou was saying, dude, I'm finally realizing that too with Petrino. Like, so when he fought Tyson Pedro, he didn't throw anything. I was actually worried because I had a bet on Petrino, and Pedro was leg kicking him in the first round, and Petrino's like not really doing anything. He's not exploding on him or doing nothing. He didn't really try to grapple. Didn't look all that great. And then like slowly in the second and third round, he would take over a little bit. Like you go watch it. The ref's like fight, literally telling them dudes to fight, and they just wouldn't. Like it was a boring ass fight. And Anthony Smith has power leg kicks, right? That's what he beat Ryan Spann with, basically in that fight. That's what the second time he finished Jimmy Crute by hitting him in the perennial nerve. So he's got good leg kicks. I watched Petrino take leg kicks in that other fight with Pedro. He's got good boxing and good power. Petrino's got decent boxing. He's got that left hand. That's a killer left hand. If he hits Smith with it, he's going to kill him. If this goes all 3 rounds, it's going to be like pretty close fight. The thing that worries me about like why I wouldn't want to put Petrino like in any parlays is the fact that like he's been going to his grappling a lot, but you can tell he doesn't fucking know how to grapple good. Like when you're in Turcali's going back and forth and just keep scrambling, like he held Pacquiao down. That's not too hard to do. But like when like if you go do that, like you can, I bet Petrino's like maybe like a blue belt or something. You know what I mean? He's definitely not a brown belt or a black belt. It's like Lou said, when he takes somebody down, he looks over at his corner, like literally looks at him. What do I do next? He's just a big dude holding him down. What do I do? And he'll do that. Anthony Smith's like high level black belt. Like he's getting submissions in the UFC. Like he tapped out Devin Clark. Devin Clark took him down. He's in a triangle within like 30 seconds later. So that's kind of scary because Petrino's way lower level. So if he starts eating leg kicks or something, dude, and he or takes a big shot, because Anthony Smith hits hard too, and he takes a bad shot, Anthony Smith could easily wrap him up. So, but I mean, I'm picking Petrino. I'm going to say at some point Petrino hits him with the left hand or something. But it's like somebody said in the about Smith too with Roundtree, like he didn't train for that. It's super short notice. But man, he ate the damage, like Johnny said. So I'm going to take Petrino, but like I said, he's the most worrisome for me, man. He's the most worrisome for me. So he said he changed.
Yeah, I would say Bonfim or Petrino out of the really big favorites. One of those two, I think, may lose or could lose.
Yeah. Through breast milk in his veins.
Steve's being tame compared to what he does on the happy hour.
Okay. I like Steve.
Like he's given
Steve,
giving you like 50% of his
the stuff he's got
because he knows it's a midnight show. Like we're like nobody's watching. We don't care. So,
yo, nutty. We got 390 in here, and I appreciate Steve Gregory coming out, man. I've been liking all the comments, man. Steve Zero, Value, and Smith. Like I said, yeah. I mean, I'm not betting him. I'm not. But like Petrino, I think that it's like pretty quick for him. I think what's he got? 11 fights, and a lot of them are against homeless people. Like other than Bellato, he had fought Bellato, a bunch of homeless people, and then Bellato again.
And Pedro, who's kind of like weird.
Like Anthony Smith's a lot better than Tyson Pedro. You know what I mean? Like a lot better than Ty. Like he's at least going to keep fighting. He's got more cardio. He's got more even durability. He get more power. Like better everywhere basically. And that was a freaking close fight. Even the Turcali one was close. Turcali had it was 1-1 in the third, going back and forth, and Turcali was on top for like the first minute, and Petrino reversed him right at the end of the third with like 2 minutes left, and that's how Petrino won that.
Petrino was teeing off on Turcali that fight, and that's that's when I was like, man, Turcali has a chin. Well, not anymore.
No, it just looks like he's hitting harder than he really does.
It's crazy. Well, what about this men's middleweight flying toe hold Paul Craig versus Kyle Borralho? I'm going to start this one off. Paul Craig's dangerous, right, on the ground, off his back more than anything. He's usually not on top. But when on top, he was able to elbow out Mooney's pretty easy. He's big at 185. He's a little bit slower than he was at 205, but good off his back with his submissions. Obviously, a heavyweight or light heavyweight, he's submitting Jamal Hill, Ankalaev, freaking Nikita Krylov like beasts, and just catching them. But down here at 185, he's fighting other phenomenal grapplers, and it's just not working for him like that. It did with Munoz as far as just like gassing him out and overpowering him. Brendan Allen threw him a beating. I think Kyle Borralho is better everywhere. You know what I mean? I think Kyle Borralho is going to use his grappling, his wrestling to keep this standing and just beat up Paul Craig there. Because I don't think Paul Craig can take down Kyle Borralho. Like, I don't think he can take him down. And I think on the feet, like Kyle Borralho is going to be way better than Paul Craig. We just seen him outstrike Magomedov. So,
whoa.
Yeah.
Gesundheit.
It's past 8:30, man. It's all right. But men's, so give me Kyle Borralho, man. I think he actually knocks out Paul Craig. I think he knocks him out.
I like it.
Johnny, how do you see it? No.
Kai Borralho is going to win this fight. I think he, like you said, I think he's better everywhere. And the only way he loses this fight is if he follows Paul Craig to the ground and then gets arm barred or arm triangle. That's it. That's the only way he loses this fight. I think this fight does go over the 1.5. I think it will. Kyle does tend to make fights boring, especially early. He like kind of gets his reads in the first round and a half, and then all of a sudden, like in the third round, that's when he tries to go for the finish, whether he gets it or not. That's the coin flip here. So that's a little bit worrisome for me, which is why I'm not like running to go bet Kyle by inside the distance or like by KO or sub, whatever you want to do. But Kyle by decision like has me tempted, I will say, or even over. It does a little bit. Or fight. I don't know what the line is now. It might be too high right now. But like fight starts round 3, whatever that is. I don't know if it's like decent now, but I thought it was pretty decent earlier in the week or whenever the line came out. But I'll look real quick. But yeah, Kyle should and probably will win this fight. I'm pretty confident. And I mean, no hot take. One of those things. So let me look. I don't want to lie to you guys here. Oh, so minus 135 is it's not awful. Wish it was a little bit better, but give me Kyle. I'll say decision because I do think it's going to go to decision for some stupid reason. And Paul Craig's gonna, he's gonna play off his back a little bit, and maybe Kyle does go down with him, but he's not gonna get subbed. I really just don't think he's gonna get subbed at all. So
Louis Betya, the desk of
Paul Craig. He has my favorite stat. I mean, I see a lot of stats in the chat right now, but my favorite stat of all time is that Paul Craig is 9-2 in fights he's lost. It's just an amazing record for Paul Craig. I think in his 9 UFC wins, he's probably won like a combined 3 minutes of these fights. Like, Ankalaev, he won like 2 seconds. Jamal Hill, he 4 seconds. Krylov, he was unconscious and then he got hit hard enough to woke him up. He got woken up by a shot and then choked him out. Like,
he goes, oh shit, triangle.
You want to talk about guys that are like the worst minute winners in the UFC? Like Paul Craig might be the most successful guy that doesn't win minutes ever.
For sure.
It's unbelievable. So how do you beat Paul Craig? You just don't fuck around with him. Like Vulcan, and I lost a shoey bet to Paul Shaughnessy with this. Look, I got mentioned on Dogger Pass, so
hey, there you go.
You're gonna lose.
That's one of my favorite shows, man. I love
there
that
it is.
show.
That's a good bet to lose.
Shout out from the OGs. Look, if you're gonna lose a bet, that's all
shout out to Paul Shaughnessy and Cody Saptic, man.
But like, I think I had Paul on. I think that was the very first prop show I ever did. We did that one. So he was on air at me and we bet it. And I knew Vulcan was going to beat him. I just didn't care. But why was Vulcan going to beat him? Because Vulcan wasn't going to go to the ground. He was just going to do Vulcan things on the feet, like jab, 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 kick. Don't make it exciting. And Paul Craig was just going to do nothing. Like kept laying down and kept getting up. And it was just horrible to watch. It was boring.
It was very boring.
But the thing is that's an effective way to beat Paul Craig. And Caio Borralho's whole thing is he prides himself on being such an intelligent fighter and staying out of trouble. And I would argue that Caio Borralho was probably not the most exciting fighter in the UFC at this point
100%.
either. So what's going to happen? People are like, well, Caio could out-grapple Paul Craig. He could. He could take his back. He could. And maybe he could positionally just control him for a lot of the fight. But why would he? He doesn't need to. All he wants to do is keep it on the feet. If he keeps this on the feet, I don't know. I don't think Borralho's striking is anything. Like, it's all right.
It's better than Craig's.
Way better.
But I mean, if you're Caio Borralho, that's all you do is you'd be like, nope, get up. Just keep it on the feet. Punch, punch, punch. I mean, some people like the Caio KO. I don't know, man. The guy's got to prove that he's like a finisher to me.
Can actually finish. The one dude on the contender series, the second fight, because he had to do the contender series twice because his first fight was so boring.
I refuse to believe that Paul Craig, the Scotsman, who is like awesome at probably drinking, is going to get knocked out by this guy.
I'd like to hang out with
Absolutely. How would you not want to get snockered with this guy?
We did that 23andMe. My twin sister did it. It was like 38%.
I will say the Paul Craig round 3 sub at 40-1. That's on DraftKings. That's probably better on their books.
40-1. There's a tip right there, boys and girls.
Like system play. It's worth $5. I make $5 in a week, so that's nothing to me. So put $5 on it. Like, no matter. Who cares? Like, who cares? But like, it feels like a system play because like Borralho could be winning. He literally could have won the first 14 minutes.
Don't you say it, Lou. Don't you put that on me, Lou.
That's what Paul Craig does. Now, Borralho, all Borralho has to do to win is not go to the Like literally, don't go into his guard and you win.
Ooh, that's a good fight right there, Colostrum. Fluffy and
Man.
Kyle.
It's a shame that Fluffy got hurt, man.
I know.
And my boy Bo, I don't like that call out, man.
Oh, if Hamzat, I've seen that.
Bo calling out Fluffy.
Oof.
When he called out Fluffy after beating Cody Brundage, he was like,
Mm-mm.
I don't like that. I honestly, I would rather he fight.
Oh, yeah. No, that was right when I was leaving, because that was right when my freaking buddy hit his fucking K-hole from edibles.
Oh boy. I'd rather see Bo like fight Kamzat at this point, solely because the inactivity of Kamzat right now, like, and the fact that it doesn't look like his cardio is like, even against Usman, who came in on like a day's notice, like, I don't think his cardio is ever going to be like really good. Bo Nickel, man. I mean, I know you've only seen it a couple times in the cage, but dude, you know, I've been following this guy a long time, like from Penn State wrestling. Dude, this guy's cardio is like fucking legendary, man. Like, he's not going to have a problem. Like, if he survives the first round against Kamzat, he's just going to absolutely ragdoll him and torture him. So, like,
hilarious.
But Fluffy, he's not going to be able to do that.
True.
He's not going to be able to do that to Fluffy, man. So I think the Fluffy fight would be tremendous, and it would be a bad fight for Bo to take at this stage in his development.
At this, yeah, give it. But I mean, because look, Fluffy's had, 10, 12 fights in the UFC, or at least something like that. He's had his ups and downs, But
as far as what Dirty Reg said, I would have said the same exact thing. But I'm starting to wonder if I'm starting to wonder if Kamzat's kind of falling out with them, because Kamzat just like, he never wants to take fights anymore. He's never healthy anymore, which is unfortunate. He got like COVIDed bad, and like it just never.
So he's one of them dudes like Cain Velasquez too, where he just trains all the time and just beats his body up outside of the cage. But he also, I don't think he can come to America or some shit like that.
If they feel like if he's losing favor,
dictator dude.
If he's losing favor with the UFC, then I could see them being like, all right, like let's see what we got in Bo Nickel right now, like. But Fluffy would be a bad fight for him. I know I can't believe I'm saying that Kamzat would be a better matchup for him. It's such a weird thing to feel. But at this stage, with his inactivity and his lack of cardio, like I think Fluffy would be a bad matchup for Kamzat too.
He's a bad matchup for a lot of people.
He's a horrible dude. He's fun to watch, man.
Yeah.
And his nickname's Fluffy. What's not to like?
Right. And he's a little fluffy around the edges. He's the Jack Shore of 185. Men's bantamweight, Jonathan Martinez versus the return of Jose Aldo. Yanni.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun fight. Obviously, Aldo is the king of Rio and all that good stuff. We know everything about Jose Aldo. He's amazing. But, like, he retired for a reason. And he's been boxing. He had a few boxing fights within the last year or whatever. And Martinez is on his way up. He's looking good. He's we all know who Martinez is. He's got great leg kicks. He can get those leg kick knockouts, and he's just good too. So I like Martinez just because he's the younger guy. He's been more active in the MMA scene, hasn't been retired. And I really just think Aldo is taking this fight because it's in Rio. It's King of Rio. He wants to fight one last time in Rio. Whether he wins or loses, doesn't matter. But, I mean, Martinez does have his hands full. Like, Aldo's not just going to give up. He's not a bum or anything like that. But I just think Martinez is going to be able to outvalue him here. And the only thing that kind of worries me a little bit with Martinez is if he does throw a naked leg kick, Aldo could crack him. That's the only thing I can see maybe Aldo winning. But other than that, because I like Martinez. I think he wins the decision. I don't see a finish by either person unless Aldo cracks him and gets a knockout there, but I don't think it's going to happen, but it could. So give me Martinez to win. I'm pretty confident. I'm not like amazingly, but the lines right now, it's not bad. Minus 140-ish for Martinez. If you do that little same game parlay prop though at plus 125, Martinez is looking really good right now. And if you don't know that, if you just tuned in late, if you have DraftKings, go to same game parlay, go to Martinez. He's plus 115 for some reason. And then just do over 60 seconds, and that's plus 120.
Shout out Fresh Gambles.
Yes, shout out.
All the
I already did it. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. Good breakdown. Lou, how you see it going down? Oh, I was gonna say something. I forgot. I'm so tired. Since 3:30, and I'm about to get back up at 3:30 again.
Yeah, you have your job, man. It sucks.
fucking sucks. It's just like terrible.
Except for the getting
times.
paid part, your job sucks.
It fucking sucks.
So look, man, I don't want to bet this fight because I love Aldo. I love him back. He's like one of the first guys that, like, you know, years and years ago, I was like, oh my God, this guy's like Tong Po from kickboxing.
WEC back in the day.
But he was like Tong Po, man. Like he'd kick you and be like, oh my God, the guy's dead. Like he would he would do shit that was like incredible. Like, and you were not used to seeing guys in his weight class do it. And
remember when he flying kneed Cub Swanson like right off the bat in the WEC, like 8 seconds.
Dude, I think it was one of the favorite
22
fights.
years.
Like
it was 22 years ago, though.
Like they could have stopped that Faber fight if I'm thinking the right one. And it was just like
the leg kicks and stuff.
Just punching it, and it's like, stop this fight. Like it got to the point where you're like, they need a mercy stop.
And that was back when Faber was beating the shit out of everybody, dude. And you're just like, holy shit.
So look,
somebody do that to him.
So what's the let's take the age out of it for a second, like because this is the biggest step up for Martinez in his career. What are the two like narratives in this fight? One of them, that's the fluff. I'm talking about the fluffy fight with the big striker difference. So one of them is, can Aldo check the leg kicks of Martinez? And okay, let's say he can. It's not like Martinez is just drawing to leg kicks. I feel like that this is like a myth. Like he's throwing a lot of leg kicks because nobody's checking them. So why would he stop? He's using his reach. He's using them effectively. Like Cub Swanson wasn't stopping it. Yanez didn't even bother getting out of range. Like he was just like, I'm going to keep doing it if you're going to keep letting me. I think if this thing comes down to being a boxing match, I certainly think that Martinez can hold his own with Aldo. Like, look, Aldo's been active. Yes, he's been boxing. He's also, he's like one of these mythical guys that, like, I don't know that Father Time has really caught up to Aldo yet. Like, he's been fun. Like, dude, the Marab fight, dude, everybody's losing to Marab. Like, that doesn't mean, that's not because Aldo's washed.
Yeah.
That's just like an impossible matchup right now in this division.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is going to be a competitive fight. I think I don't know if Aldo's even going to want to wrestle here, man. Martinez is really hard to take down. The only thing you worry about on the Martinez side is the chin. And the thing is I don't think he's as chinny as people think. Dude, Davey Grant knocked him out. Okay, that's like more than 3 years ago, man. Like, you know, like, oh, well, we went to split with Andre Ewell. Dude, that's like, but these like, the guy's improved so much. Like, I don't care about those fights. I care about the progression of him. He's getting more confidence. Dude, the Saeed fight, man, was like a tremendous. That was his best performance he's ever had. And if that guy shows up here, he's going to outpoint Aldo. And I can't believe I'm saying it. So I'm going to pick Martinez for the sake of giving a pick on the show. It's going to be a razor close. It's probably 29-28. I also feel like Aldo's maybe a little bit of a mush right now with the way the community is kind of starting to bet him. But
King of Rio.
I feel like maybe this is a passing of the guard kind of fight, and it's sad to say. I think Martinez is rapidly, and I kind of don't like Martinez. I don't like his face.
I never did. I faded him so much, but now you got to have respect.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
His progression is like, and like, you know, I talked to him. I can't reveal my inside source, but it's Cody Brundage. Factory X.
Never.
But at Factory X, I have a source at Factory X.
Fuck yeah.
And it's like, he's like, dude, this kid just get better. He's like, he gets better every day,
bro. So
every day he's getting better.
2.5 years ago, I would have thought, because they trained together, Chris Gutierrez. I would have thought Chris Gutierrez was better than Jonathan Martinez. Dude, Jonathan Martinez is a fucking whole level.
Gutierrez kind of plateaued. Like I think now
Gutierrez ain't got no hands. That's why.
And now his durability is starting to come into question.
Yeah, dude.
Martinez uses his range a lot better than Gutierrez too, and that's where I wonder if Aldo is just going to have a problem just getting inside on him here.
Dude, like I'm getting out of rehab, right? Of betting freaking old fighters that I'm going to say this is what they did. They got one more of them fucking 31-year-old performances, and they just fucking don't. They just.
I thought you meant Kenny Powers rehab.
Yeah, well,
you know what that is? Hurt my nose.
Dude, I love it. All right, but yeah, man, like people laughed at me when I said like Martinez is like the new, maybe not improved, but like the new version of Jose Aldo. Dude, leg kicks. Like who's leg kicking better than Jonathan Martinez? Like he's one.
The only person I can see would be Gutierrez. That's it.
He's better than Gutierrez. Gutierrez.
Well,
ain't
he
really
is. Yeah,
finishing
that's like
people.
the only person I could think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
What is-
That's
you just said-
the Mongolian guy.
What?
There's a lot of them now.
I don't know,
The murderer?
Yeah,
There's
one of
4 of them.
either the murderer or the murderer of Mongolians. I'm not sure which one.
Yeah, but like Martinez leg kicks are sick, dude. Like what he did to Yanez, he was done after like 3 of them. Like they're and
Oh, yeah.
he'll kick you in the inside of your leg, the outside, he doesn't care. And he's kicking you with both legs too. His lead leg's powerful with leg kicks. So, and he doesn't care. He's whacking them off. He's just going to keep doing it. Now, Aldo, dude, he's older. He doesn't throw no leg kicks no more. Martinez is going to be throwing a ton of leg kicks. He's going to be boxing with them, and he's going to be way faster. Like Aldo's almost 38, dude. That's old. I don't care. That's old. Especially still making this weight cut down to 135. He looked a little bigger, but he's going to be slower. For this fight, when I went to tape study, I watched Aldo versus Munez, because Muniz is kind of like Jonathan Martinez, where he's got pretty good boxing. He's a leg kicker himself. And that was even a super close fight. And that was 4 years ago when Aldo was 33. I like Martinez. I think Martinez is making his way up to like the top 5. To be honest, like this kid's really good. You've seen it against Said Nurmagomedov. His grappling's good. His cardio's good. His toughness is good. As long as he don't get caught, we've seen against just Davey Grant, and then he got dropped the one time against Perez. But when you fight 10, 12 fights in UFC, shit's going to happen. You know what I mean? Shit's going to happen. So, and Aldo ain't really knocked nobody out for a long time. The last time he knocked somebody out was at 145, and that was Moicano. He was hurting him with like body shots and stuff. So, but yeah, man, I like Martinez a lot here. I got him at -115 and bet like 3.45 units doing 3 on him.
You, sir.
That is good.
You just said whacking him off on air.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
I don't think I did.
I'll clip it.
Play the tape.
Thank you, Blue. I did not catch that.
I don't think I did.
The second you saw it.
Well, we'll find out. I'll post it.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Whacking him up.
We don't say that kind of. Our show, we don't say stuff like that.
We don't say no.
Not how we do it. So, Whiskey John, you should hear what this guy said.
We
John,
are
different breed.
Christian show on the MMA Engine. We are Christian values.
By the way, the MMA Engine link is in the description, so everybody check that out, man. That's where Brady, Lou, Uncle Weezy, Monk, everybody, all different stuff. You need to get your stats from Weezy and Monk, get your comedy and great picks of all sports from Lou, and then Brady. Brady's a goat. Comedy. Brady's an OG goat.
Brady's well rounded. He does a little bit of everything.
Well, now Brady's starting to be funny. Yeah, but now Brady's starting to be
well rounded.
Well, he's phasing me out.
Yeah,
it sucks.
These young kids, man. These young
Lou's like,
kids,
that's the only thing I had on these guys.
Dude, Brady is like secretly he's the funniest dude. Like,
I love Brady, dude.
Because he never changes his tone of voice, and then he says the most. He just says so many ridiculous things but he says them at such a monotone level that if you're not paying attention, they seem by you. I'm like he keeps calling him Titty Back, but he's saying it like that's his real name, and he's so ridiculous, man. Like,
shout out Brady, BFS
so
by the numbers, dude. Great dude, and Uncle Weezy.
So yeah. Brady's tailing my horsey picks. So if you want me to
give
them out after the main event,
yeah, dude. Yeah, right. We're gonna do this main event, and I want you to give them out because I'm tailing them too.
I'll do it too.
All right.
Yep. So
horsey picks.
Alexandra Pantoja. It's beautiful, man.
It is.
And Steve Erceg.
Not beautiful, but
who I said blood money because on his picture he's like, ugh. And then she's seen him walking out the face off. She's like, I didn't pick that motherfucker. I think she said that. She's like, hell no.
That'd be hilarious.
I was like, you picked him. She's like, nope. I was like, ew.
Don't want him anymore.
She had a side view and he was screaming. But yeah, man, main event. Lou, let me hear what you got on this one, brother.
Oh man, look, this is a tough fight because I really want to like Erceg in this spot. I really do. He's been well-rounded. His grappling's good. His striking's good. It's not elite. It's good. But this feels like too much too soon for Erceg. This is a huge leap from Costa, huge, and Schnell, massive leap here. And secondly, I don't know how you go against the form of Pantoja at less than -200. it just seems off. It seems very off to me. This is another one where like I kind of lean overs. I feel if you like Erceg, he's probably drawing to a KO here. I don't think he submits Pantoja. And I really think that if this fight gets in the deeper rounds, we've seen Pantoja, he fights through his cardio, like he fights through fatigue really, really well. That's such funny.
That's awesome.
So I think Pantoja, I have no reason. I think Erceg's tough. I think he's going to survive 25 minutes here. Like, I mean, Royval is a dude who typically flakes like late in fights and like makes mistakes. And Royval went 25 minutes. I think Erceg is pretty smart and safe. The only thing I worry about is like you saw Costa got on top of Erceg during exchange. I don't know. This is like Strickland Adesanya. I mean, there's a lot of grappling going to be in this one, and that's where I think Pantoja is just going to kind of outclass him on the ground. I think Erceg could get stuck on bottom for one or two of these rounds here. So,
or back.
I'm gonna pick Pantoja. I'm gonna say decision. I think that Erceg's gonna hang tough. I just way too much. Erceg maybe getting one or two more fights in here would have been nice instead of like from Schnell to this is like,
yeah.
I mean, this is like Bisping. Hey, look, Bisping got a title shot that he probably didn't deserve, but you never know. Like maybe Erceg bonks him, but I kind of think Pantoja, man, is gonna, and he's so fast at getting the back standing up. Like if they're just against the cage, Pantoja's just great. Okay, now I'm behind you. Like it's crazy. It's like one of the craziest moves you see in this division is his back takes are incredible. And you know, I don't know that Erceg's fought anybody that really wrestles that style. Like just not like going for double legs. Like he's literally getting your back before you go to the ground. So I don't know that Erceg's used to that. I think it's a tough style to acclimate to. And a lot going against Erceg in this spot. So you're giving me the sitting champion, the proven sitting champion at less than -200. It feels tough to not bet him in this spot.
Okay. Yanni, how you see it going down?
Yeah, I mean maybe that's the reason why everyone's on Erceg because they want to be. Like I don't see it because I think Pantoja
that's why they
I don't know because maybe the plus money is right there and it looks better. Pantoja is a monster, guys. Like did you guys forget all of a sudden? Like he's beating the top of the flyweights multiple times, not just once or twice. Like he's beating him like multiple times. Like if you go down the rankings of the top 5, like the only guy he hasn't fought is Amir Abazi because he gets injured all the freaking time. That's it. And he's beat every other one of those top 5 guys, I think twice or more. So Steve Erceg's good, very good everywhere, but I just think Pantoja is better everywhere. Maybe the striking is the closest department between the two, but I like Pantoja's durability more. I think we've seen it more. We've seen his grappling and scrambles are going to be better than Erceg. I think Erceg's going to be a little bigger, so I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. And we've seen Pantoja in multiple 5-round fights, and he's been touched up multiple times by Brandon Moreno. He's going to survive. He's going to get the back, and like he can take the back at any time, and that's like Lou said. So I like the overs in this fight too. I think Lou's spot on with Erceg by KO would be the route for him to win, but Pantoja's never been finished in his career, guys, and he's not going to get subbed. I'll tell you that. And Pantoja could get a sub himself. I don't think he'll get a KO on Erceg, but the sub is maybe live. But if you want to cut down that -185 a bit, just do sub or decision prop for Pantoja at -125. I like that one a lot. So I actually might end up playing that for a bet.
Yeah. I like both them breakdowns on this fight. I like Pantoja like a lot. Like Pantoja's a beast, dude. He's a freaking savage. He's never been finished in his whole career. I don't think the first time he gets finished is by fucking Steve Erceg. You know what I mean? There ain't no way a guy like Steve Erceg comes out and puts the cannibal down. Like, dude, this dude's taking the biggest shots from Davison Figueiredo. Like, he's been in there with Brandon. Who's more dangerous on the feet, Brandon Royval or Erceg? I think that was Erceg's second KO ever when he hit.
Who can fix his computer better? And Erceg or
100%.
And to be honest, even that fucking left hook probably maybe wobbles Pantoja a little bit, but Schnell has no chin. He's going down from a clean shot, any clean shot. Pantoja might get right, but Pantoja's got good striking too. It's weird. He like ducks down. He throws these long jabs and left hooks. Like that's how he's dropping Moreno. He's got good power himself. And then he just like looks like he gets tired, but then he just pushes through it, you know? And like, dude, this is such a level up from anybody that Erceg's ever fought. Like even against Costa, right? Costa's a good fighter, but he's not Pantoja. These dudes aren't at that level, like nowhere near that level yet. Like Pantoja, it's took him like 10 years to get to this level at fighting in the damn UFC, fighting Brener Moreno 3 times, fighting all these people. And like Erceg with Costa, like he lost the second round to Costa, and the third round was close and back and forth. And to be honest, like he hurt Costa a little bit in the first round, and it seemed like he slowed down a little bit. And then the second round, Costa hurt him, and the third round was just like clinching back and forth. There was really no big moments. Like he just won a close decision. I think Pantoja's a way better version of Costa. It's not like Erceg just went on some crazy freaking tear and beat all these people and got this shot. Like he's just he's the next in line at 10, number 10 in the world. It's just everybody else is doing some shit, hurt, fighting, not fighting, whatever. You know, there a lot of these dudes are hurt. Malarkey, he really messed his shit up. Well, dude, like
man,
where is Pantoja?
Sucks.
Yeah, where's Pantoja going to be? Like, where's Erceg going to be better than Pantoja, other than maybe like technical boxing? But how long is this fight going to be in technical boxing range? Like, not very much, I don't think. Like, no matter who he's fighting, even with Moreno, all these dudes. Like, what would Brandon Moreno be? I mean, even he lost if he didn't retire and all that crap or take time off. Like, what if him and Erceg fought? I think he'd be a huge favorite. I think he would win. Like. Dirty Reg though, like yeah, don't let baby blood hear none of this stuff but yeah, man, I just think Pantoja is good, dude. Like he's fucking really good, and I don't know. I mean, he's fighting like whoever the next best one is. Who Albazi? Somebody he hasn't fought. I think he beats Albazi too. You know, they're just like I've been watching Pantoja for a long time. The only time I remember seeing a Figueiredo beat him. And then Askar Askarov, which Askar Askarov might be the champ if he was still in the UFC at 125. That dude was freaking savage. He just like, I don't know if he got cut or walked away after they robbed him by Kai Car France and Columbus that we watched, but he hadn't fought since. That was his first loss, I think. He was like 16-0 or something. But or he had a draw with Marino. But yeah, man, I like Pantoja here. I think he's a savage. I think he gets this win. I don't know who we get to see him fight next. Like who do we want to see him fight at 125?
I mean, it's got to be Albazi because it's the only one in the top 5.
I'd like to see like Kai Car France
or that Kai Car,
but or Malarkey. But dang, man, I can't believe Malarkey.
Or Gomez if he keeps dropping weight.
Yeah, Joshua Van coming up, maybe Tatsuro, something like that. But you know, Tatsuro. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't even think Tatsuro's ready, and look how good he is. And I don't even think he's ready for fucking. And Pantoja yet, and I think Tatsuro fucking probably wraps up Steve Erceg at some point. Like, I don't get the Steve.
I would like to see that fight before this one.
Yeah, what would you line Tatsuro Erceg at? What would people line Tatsuro? Let's hear what the people.
I think Tyra would probably be minus 200. I'm not saying I agree with it, but I think that's probably
think might be even more. I think Tatsuro might be even more because his striking
was gonna say,
good, dude, and then his grappling. Like
I was gonna say like closer to a pick 'em, like maybe like minus 150. Tatsuro,
I'm sure it'll be bet to minus 400 because people just love parlaying Tyra.
Yeah,
but like
that kid's good, but like even him, I just don't think he's even ready. I think he even knows, and he's like what 13, 14-0. Yeah, man, I'll take. I bet, man, him and Van's gonna be a good fight. But give me Pantoja and This was a super good show. Lou, give us your horses, man. Let me write these down too, because I'm putting these in.
All right. So just a little disclaimer. I'm not an expert.
No disclaimers on this show. We don't allow disclaimers.
And last year when I was hitting these races, I played the Derby different than I'm playing it this year. Just important for why I'm doing what I'm doing this year. Last year I didn't like a clear-cut winner. I didn't like Tapit Trice. The favorite had been scratched, Forte. I didn't really like Tapit Trice. I kind of liked Angel of Empire. The point of it is because I didn't have a strong feeling about one horse. I took 5 of them. I did a trifecta box. Just needed 3 of them to come in the top 3. Mage was one of them. 2 Phils was one. And then Angel of Empire got third. So off a 50-cent bet was $438 or something like that. So
Holy
you can
shit.
make big money if you get those kind of plays. Now, this year, the way I'm going to play it, I'm going to need some help to make a payout like that. Because this year, I do like one horse a lot to win the race. And that horse is Fierceness. I have concerns.
Say Fierceness?
In the 5 races Fierceness has had, he's had a 7th and a 3rd.
Number 17.
The 17. He
So
broke
what
really
race?
badly. The Derby.
12.
The 12.
I think it's 12.
It'll be obvious, dude.
And you said what now? Frenzy?
Number 17 horse.
The Fierceness. I think that
Fierceness.
if you watch like the
Fierceness.
Florida Derby and you watch the Breeders' Cup Juvenile from last year, which is against the best field, against Muth, who should have been in this race. It's the Bob Baffert horse. Baffert is banned from the Kentucky Derby.
I've been saying that all week.
If Fierceness breaks well, he stays on the pace, and he's the fastest horse, and it's not even... He's the fastest horse in this race, and I don't even think he's gone as fast as Brisnet yet. I think this dude's just going to absolutely make everybody look silly if he gets outside. I worry about the 17 post. Nobody's ever won from this draw. It's just kind of a weird anomaly. But, man, I think if Fierceness gets near the lead, gets near the pace that I think Dornoch will set from the 1, I think Fierceness can take this race over. And when Fierceness wins, he wins by like 10 lengths, like he crushes the field.
Is that the favorite?
He is going to probably close as the second favorite to Sierra
Okay.
Leone. So the way I'm playing the race will cost you $21 if you want to do a
I got
trifecta,
that.
or if you want to do a superfecta. Each one would cost $21. Superfecta need to hit all 4. Trifecta's 3. I'm playing them
both.
the same way, but I'm playing the same way. I'm playing Fierceness up top. If Fierceness doesn't win the race, the bet's dead. Fierceness up top, and then these 7 horses to come in 2nd through 4th. Sierra Leone.
Wait, hold on. What'd you just say? These how many horses?
7 have to come. 3 of them have to come in 2nd through 4th, and
Oh,
you'll get
no
a
shit.
really nice payout on this bet.
Okay.
Because now is where I'm playing some 20 and 30 to 1s to get some value. Sierra Leone, 2nd favorite, never done worse than 2nd. Gonna probably need a good trip here. It's hard to navigate 20 horses if you're a horse that likes to stay in the middle pack. Might need a good trip, but whatever. Catching Freedom. I know Johnny said that. The only problem is Miss Betya picked Catching Freedom. Every horse she picks dies immediately, goes to the glue factory. Still, good closer. 8-1 odds is nice. Just a touch. Beat Fierceness. And is a very good closer at 10-1, good odds. And then everything else is real long shots. Honor Marie, Resilience, and Stronghold, all 20-1. I don't think Resilience and Stronghold will get there. They're both on the outside. I think one of them can get there. And then at 30-1, and I don't mind this if you want to take a long shot for the race, Domestic Product at 30-1. Irad Ortiz is the jockey. Chad Brown's the trainer. These are 2 legends of the game. And a legendary jockey doesn't ride horses that are 30-1 if they don't think that horse is pretty good. The numbers aren't great. Like, if you just look at the numbers and the optics of this horse, it doesn't look like a world beater, but he's always in like the top 3. He runs good at the end. He doesn't have any weaknesses. He's just not the most powerful horse, but I think Domestic Product hit the board. If he comes in 2nd, you are going to get paid to get a 30-1 to hit the board. So Fierceness up top, Sierra Leone, Catching Freedom, Honor Marie, Just a Touch, Resilience, Stronghold, and Domestic Product underneath 2nd through 4th.
What's the number so I can put them in the chat?
I don't know, man. I just wrote the goddamn names down like
this guy.
like it's 1973.
I'm trying to find the numbers as well.
The Resilience is 19.
So
Stronghold's 18. It's a 2, the 4, the 18, the 19, the 7.
And how do you play that as a bet like that? What's it called? A superfecta?
What site are
Super's
you
4.
gonna what site are you gonna bet on?
I'm gonna do FanDuel.
Either
I know how to do it.
DraftKings, FanDuel, or the Caesars if Caesars has it.
I'll tell you what. I'll screenshot what I'm doing and just send it to both of you to show you how to set it up.
Perfect.
Okay.
You know,
Appreciate you.
the least
I won't even write anymore.
The least I can do.
He said at least.
It's dude, if you don't do it often, like, look, man, it's overwhelming. Like,
Yeah,
if you don't
for
know what
sure.
dude, even if you know what you're doing, it's very overwhelming. Like, it's really like a lot. And I'm not betting horses every week, dude. You know, a couple of times a year. Like, so yeah, it's a little overwhelming to like, because you can't like undo it. Like, if you put the bet on your nut, you can't be like, no, that's what I meant. Like, they're like, nope. Give me the money.
Yeah.
So I'll show you how to. There's an easy way to do it that will make sense, and it shows you as you're adding bets how much the bet's becoming.
Okay.
So like the $21 superfecta, they're 10-cent bets. It's 210 like parlays that it's putting in, but that 10-cent bet, you'd be shocked what it pays, dude. It will pay a fuck ton if like a 30 to 1 and a 21 hit the board. Even with
Dirty's got it right here.
Right there's the numbers. Dirty Reg. Right there.
And the 17 with the 17 up top.
So 17, and then it's just
key to 17.
4,
Key 7.
Oh, and if you want to be a true pro, and I know you do,
of course.
When the bet loses, have the bet slip nearby and get ready to do
send it to Lou, and Lou will refund you.
That's what a pro does. If you ever go to like a race book, like
bro, that's why I love my fucking tickets on the UFC. When somebody loses, I'll fucking grab
all
it.
them 93-year-olds that look like fucking Mr. Peanut. As soon as it's over, just
except like, this one. I kept this one. I've thrown a couple other ones.
I had a hot tip in the fourth, Johnny. Yeah.
Davey Grant,
never forget.
Never forget. In his hometown in London.
So
never
forget. I did put a tweet like kind of explaining why I'm playing it this way, but that's my preferred way to play the race. If you are gonna play it, good luck.
I'm gonna play it.
And the Preakness will be good. If Fiercest wins, I honest to God think this horse could win the Triple Crown. I think I am higher on this horse than most. So
Fierceness.
Unlike MMA, if you want to tape horse racing, you can watch a horse's whole career in like fucking 10 minutes.
All the races, right?
All races done. They're all on YouTube. Like everything's pretty much on YouTube. Like so, except for like the Japanese. Yeah, I faded the Japanese horse. Every year, the Japanese.
You have to fade the Japs.
Wow. Do you know this was the whole bet? Monk's like, I bet you use that word on air, and I'm like, I can't, I won't. And
I don't even think it's
like you're gonna, and I'm like,
it just sounds like it should be bad. But
it's just it's abbreviated version of Japanese. Like,
yeah,
it's not.
It'd be like
bad,
or it describes my mom. There's a different acronym that it certainly refers to. Jewish American princess.
Okay.
Okay. I didn't know that.
What do you think? What do you think I meant? That's weird.
Maybe your mom was.
I was looking for some features.
Maybe she's calling just to say hello to her son.
Exactly.
Getting these numbers out.
You don't call.
All right, man. This was an excellent show, as always, with Lou Betya. Like I said, in the description is Lou's link to his Twitter and in the link to the MMA Engine. You guys should check that out because it's got excellent information on all kinds of stuff. So it's all right there. It's easy. It's a click away. Got 416 people still here. So we appreciate everybody that come out and hang out with us tonight. Talked MMA. I hope we got to everybody's comments. I hope everybody had a good time, man. And good luck, everybody, tomorrow, man. I hope everybody wins, even if you lose a couple so other people can win, we all come out ahead because fuck the bookies. That's what I say. So
that's right.
Anything you want to say, Lou?
Nope. Let's kill him.
Yanni K?
Let's kill him.
All right, man.
What do they say in Brazil again?
In the word of Devin Clark's dad.
Yeah. Get him, Devin. Get him.
All right. Get him.